7-3 and 5-3. I'm liking my over.
All right, friends. I'm in the wrong town for hockey tonight. Yeah, everybody's chirping my jersey. There might be a fight. I'm in the wrong town for hockey tonight.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Wrong Town Hockey. I am your host, Ty Boissonneau, and I am joined by the fabulous Jon Gagnon today. But before we get into it, folks, it's going to be the Habs versus the Canucks. This episode is sponsored to you by Side Hustle Sandwiches. If you like freaking awesome sandwiches, you need to get down to 151 8th Avenue. They got a really good jersey deal going on right now, where it is you go down there 6 times in a month, and you get to enter a draw to win a jersey of your choice, which is super awesome. But the game has started, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest, Mr. Jon Gagnon.
How's it going, man? Yeah,
We'll do that. We'll do
what's
that.
up?
How are you, sir?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it.
I am the right town hockey, technically, because we're here in Vancouver.
We were joking right before it started how you were dressed.
Yeah, I'm dressed. I look like a Vancouver Canucks fan at the game right now. It looks like we're at Rogers Arena right now.
Yeah, it definitely
Except
does.
for there would be 3 more of you guys. I'd be outnumbered right now.
There would be. The last time that I did see a game there, I was like, I always sit in the very back row, and then it's like the nice booths behind you, and it's like there's people that dress like you eating sushi.
Look at me. I look like I'm ready to go to a brewery.
They were very
I
upset.
actually look like I am at a sushi restaurant right now. Like, is the game on? I don't know. I don't care. We are fair-weathered fans here in Vancouver. We have all the opinions in the world when the team's good, and as soon as the team sucks, Vancouver Canucks fans are like, I don't even watch hockey. I don't know.
Possibly the worst sports town I have ever encountered. I have encountered, yes. As far as like when the city riots, why it riots,
the riots alone,
who does riot, it's just it doesn't make any
2 riots, dude. That's the best part. It's like, did you learn the first time? No.
And then a third with Axl Rose not showing up.
That was a riot?
Yeah.
I didn't know of the Axl Rose.
Yeah, it was a big fucking deal.
So the Guns N' Roses had a concert.
And the Axl Rose.
No
the
show.
Rose did not show up. Yeah.
It was just Guns.
Just Guns. You know what? I didn't even think it was Guns because was Slash's band, and I think this is when they got back together. But Slash wasn't actually Guns N' Roses. It was just Axl Rose, and I think Buckethead was playing in lieu of Slash. It wasn't a real band. It was like Cornrow Axl Rose. Like, remember that? the bad Axl Rose.
But they did the songs. Quin came to town a year ago with the guy from American Idol singing.
I heard it was good.
I mean, that's what everyone said, but I was listening, and I'm like, this feels like karaoke. It feels like I'm at a karaoke bar.
It probably was.
Surely they could find someone who's like at least an because when AC/DC's lead singer went down, they replaced him with someone who sounded the same. Is that right?
No,
Bon
Bon Scott died, and then Brian Johnson, I think, is quite different from Bon Scott vocally, but they still replace him with like a so different like powerhouse.
Right.
That was like, all right, this guy's dope.
This guy's good.
Whereas some dude from American Idol, that's not what you're gonna be thinking.
No. So the game is on. The Canadians have already had the first scoring chance, but the Canucks are taking shots from a distance.
Jake Allen is in net tonight. It's not Carey Price because, he lost in overtime 4-3 against the Jets the other night. The record, I think the Habs are, 5-0-2 or some shit like that.
When Jake's in net?
No, against the Canucks this year.
Oh, against the Canucks, yeah.
And then,
I think 4-0-2. No, 4-0-2 is my guess.
I think it's, I don't know. I looked it up. I think it's 5-0-2.
It
Although I also looked at the over-under on this, and I thought it was
could be
just
right.
6.
Probably 5-0. I don't know.
We went 5.5 on this for over-under, right?
5.5.
John's taking the over. I'll take the
over.
under.
I'm predicting goals.
I mean, yeah, it sucks when you bet the under. You're just expecting a shit game. Yeah. Yeah. The Habs have outscored the Canucks 34-19 so far this season.
Wow.
With Tyler Toffoli, former Canuck, having 8 of those goals.
8 bingos. and we just let him walk. He was only 4 milli too.
Yeah.
Old Jimbo crunched the numbers, and he's like, nah.
Nah.
I'd rather spend that on a 6'8" defenseman.
J'aime ça l'avantage numérique right now.
Yeah, this
Habs
is-
on the power play. This is fantastic.
French language is so much better in hockey.
It is really. I was talking about this with Connor last episode, Connor Mack, and it's just the best to watch the games in French. It's super fun.
How are the Habs on the avantage numérique this year?
Not terrible. I mean, I think better than last year. Here's our fucking. Ooh, Meyers is down, folks.
Uh-oh, he's squirming around.
He looks like that looks like a dick thing.
It has to be a dick thing, because he looks like he's faking it.
Maybe a
he's
knee
holding his
thing.
knee.
That's not good.
Is it wrong? I always judge people on how they take pain.
Yeah, but I feel like hockey. Oh, dude,
Looks bad.
let's watch that again.
Meyers must get hit by a lot of pucks. All right, let's watch it again. Comes across.
Ooh, that stings. I definitely will, even though I cannot take a lot myself.
No?
I will still judge people.
I mean, I grew up
But
playing
hockey-
hockey and like
But that's the thing, though. Is like hockey's a bit of a
if
different
he's
story.
back on the next shift.
You're not gonna be happy about it.
No, and I'm pretty sure he will be.
Yeah.
You know, like he's smiling right now. I don't like the guy who throws a stick.
And you know what?
squirms
It's a
around
fair
on the
point.
ice.
It is rare that they will stop the game for if you're gonna be back the next shift, especially in hockey. It's usually like you got to be cut real bad.
I see it all the time, and it's like it's that. And I don't want to sound like Don Cherry here, but it's that European
Those visor wearing,
those visor wearing,
fuckers.
dramatic cologne wearing sons of bitches.
I hate him. Blue hates him. Let's go.
Let's go. Get up. It's just a block shot. Here we go.
Stop looking at my penis, Ron.
I mean, that if anyone's ever taught me about toxic masculinity, it's for sure hockey coaches. They're like, don't ever show them pain. Oh, no.
Allons-y.
Oh, no. No.
Let's go.
All right, I drank.
Who is that? I need to find out who that was.
Petry, was he on the list? What was his rule?
Oh, yes. So let me just I'm going to put out the drinking game that John has made for himself to do.
For myself,
And
'cause he doesn't
you
drink.
to play along with.
Yeah, if you want to play along. Okay, what do we got? Every time Meyers makes a bad pass, okay.
Well, I mean, he did just
Every time
lay on the ice. That counts as a bad pass.
It's not a bad pass. Every time Gallagher is near the goalie, I'm gonna be drunk.
I know. That's like where he posts up.
If the commentators talk about Jimmy Vesey, so you might have to text me on that one because I don't. You might just have to.
Yeah, we
text
can't
me
hear a
drink.
whole ton. You have like a tiny little speaker going.
Every time the camera does this close up on Corey Perry, which it just did. Did he score that?
No, I don't know who did. Couldn't hear.
They did a close up zoom on him. They love zooming in on him. I don't know why. Yeah, again.
The
Shit.
interesting one I'm with is that what do you have to do with if your dad
Perry
texts you?
scored. There
Oh,
it
it
is.
was?
That's a third zoom in.
The third zoom in.
Okay, then we have every offside call. If Jeff Petry is compared to Quin Hughes, that's going to be hard because we don't really have audio.
Yeah. We'll sub that in for
Text
something
me
else.
on that one in. Or do it at home. Every time my dad texts me about Carey Price, so my dad hates Carey Price.
He does.
Like it's like a high school girl that hates Zach. Like you know the high school girl that's like I fucking hate Zach.
I
Look
hate
at Zach. Look at how stupid he looks in his stupid shirt. I hate Zach. That's my
Is it?
dad with Carey Price. I'll get texts in the middle of the night. It's like I'm still mad about Carey Price. I'm like, dude, you're obsessed. What else do we got?
What else
Jake
you got?
Virtanen scores. I gotta take a shot or a shotgun. Sorry, because it's shotgun Jake. And then if Miller gets frustrated and throws a hissy fit, which he's been doing a lot this year. And then for you, joint hits are if Tyler Toffoli gets a point,
All right.
if there's a fight, and if a goal is reviewed.
Done.
Did Toffoli get a point on that first one?
I don't think
We'll find out.
So. Thanks, John, for making that game. That was a great little. It's in the description too. If you guys get too drunk and forget how the hell you should be drinking.
If you had to pick a favorite Canuck currently, do you have one?
Currently?
Yeah. You got to pick one.
Those Sedin twins still playing?
No,
or?
they're out. They've been retired for a couple of years.
They ain't? What are you talking about? Trifol? No.
No, Toffoli's on your team.
Edlers? What's that kid's name?
Yeah.
He seems like a sweet Swedish kid or something.
Swedish, yeah.
Yeah.
He plays like a North American, though. I sound like Don Cherry.
By the end of this, yeah, I'm glad it's not November and poppies
you're gonna
aren't
be
around.
canceled.
Yeah, I'm glad there's no poppies around.
The you peoples are going to be so mad. Corey Perry again.
Let's go.
Drink. I'm telling you, the camera loves Corey Perry.
I mean, they do, which is weird because he's not the best looking guy.
No, he's not.
He's not. No.
But if you were to line
But
up,
then again, it's the Montreal Canadiens.
if you were going to line up all of the hockey wives, you would pick Corey Perry's
Really?
wife. Oh yes.
Really?
Rocket ship.
Really?
Call NASA.
No
There's
gas.
a rocket ship
No
on
gas.
the loose.
All NASA. Oh my God! Really?
You know what it is too is like
The
Corey
money?
Perry's a bad.
The money? Is it the money? Is that
I think
what
it's
it
because
is?
he's a bad boy. You know what I mean? Like he's an asshole. Everyone knows him.
Yeah.
He's like the quiet, strong type. Why am I getting hard?
I don't. Yeah. Jesus, John. Put that thing away.
You know, he's everything you'd really want in a partner. You know, supportive.
Yeah.
I think he was a great pickup too.
I bet he takes the garbage out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's like, you want the recycling too, babe?
I'll sort it.
You want the compost?
Whoa. What's compost?
He's got that California accent. 'Cause he's
Babe.
been in Anaheim for so long.
Babe, you can't put eggshells in the compost.
What are you doing?
You
Eggshells?
gotta rinse them out. There's too much protein.
There's way too much protein in here. It's never gonna process properly. Oh,
Babe. Just from living in Anaheim.
babe, you're not getting oral tonight. He's the one that doesn't put out, like
Yeah.
even though she's the rocket ship.
Babe, I have a headache.
Babe, I'm tired. Okay, it was a long game.
Yeah.
I had to fight someone today. What do you think of your Jeff Petry? Here it is. Jeff Petry compared to Quin Hughes. We got a drink.
I like we don't even really need sound. We just it's just highlighted. His both names are just highlighted.
Sports commentators to me are just so predictable that's why I had fun making the drink. I'm like, okay, you know they're gonna compare Petry to Hughes. Completely different players, completely different styles, but both of them have approximately the same amount of points. They're for sure gonna bring it up.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
There's Meyers, bad pass. That's a drink.
That's what's gonna be doing you in. You had
Meyers
a
is
couple
back.
on that list that I was like, that's not a good idea.
No, yeah, I'm gonna be wasted. But you see what I mean? Meyers squirming around on the ice.
Well, his knees hurt, don't you know?
Yeah, but he's back. Like, don't squirm like that.
What level did you play hockey to?
I always sucked at hockey. I was house league my whole life. Like in
House is not bad though. I feel like House Canada is not that bad.
It's not bad in the world, but it's horrible in Canada.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
like AAA, AA, double B, double C, single A, double or
Yeah,
single
yeah,
B,
yeah.
C, and then house league for all the leftover kids.
Yeah. There's even a league below that, I believe.
And I was always like the best house league kid.
Well, that's just it. I was in the same boat.
Yeah.
'Cause it was either I went up a level and played rep. We didn't have all those. We just had rep, house.
Depends on the size of your thing, right?
We
So
were
your
very
rep could have
small.
been double A, it could have been single A, it would have been one of
right.
those.
Okay. So I would play like rep one year and just get mad because I definitely wasn't as good as a lot of these kids.
Yeah,
but
you played defense?
I was until hitting was the thing, and then I couldn't because I was super small. And I
Right.
still am, but I was like short.
Wow.
And then I played goalie.
You switched to goalie at what age?
I played like on and on, like growing up, like a little bit. I'd always like do the sub-in thing, but I don't know when did we start hitting because I only played like a year.
16?
Yeah, I only played like a year in hitting or something like that.
Huh.
Yeah.
And then they put you in goalie and you're all right?
It was
Like, on
good.
a scale from Carey Price to Jake Allen. Where Carey Price is the absolute most garbage goalie to ever play, according to my dad.
According to your dad. He's not terribly wrong lately, though, with that Carey Price.
I mean, Carey Price is getting to older age, which is kind of sad because I feel like I've followed his entire career, which means I'm getting old too. But these goalies, there's only, in my opinion, there's only 2 goalies that typically win the cup. There's exceptions to the rule. I don't want to say it's a full rule, but it's typically a rookie that wins the cup.
Okay.
Or an old grizzled goalie.
Like a Brodeur sort of situation.
Yeah. And so, Vasilevsky is an exception. He's the guy who won last year, but that bubble situation was weird.
Truth. Yeah, there were some circumstances.
Yeah. Before that, there was a lot of rookies winning. Right? Like Pittsburgh.
Here we go. Little 2-on-1. Go.
Big save by Demko. Like Demko last year almost took us. I mean, we went 7 with Vegas. That's an example of a rookie doing really well in the playoffs.
He's great.
So I think you either have to be extremely mentally strong or extremely agile. And I think goalies face injuries, and when they come back, they're never quite the same. But
that's a fair point.
They're mentally stronger.
It's a lot. It's a lot to do. It's a lot of gear.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, who won the cup the year before Tampa? Do you remember?
The Blues?
The Blues. So their goalie was a rookie.
Yeah.
Bennington. Who was before that? It's all that marijuana. It's not
fucking.
good for the memory.
Yeah, it's not. Well, not good. Yeah, and for some things.
Was it in Washington?
Yeah, probably.
And they had
that makes sense.
Holtby, that old grizzled.
That old grizzled Holtby.
And they started the year with a younger guy in the playoffs.
Okay, so then
He took
from
over.
your whole point, then where's my cup?
Where's your cup?
How many more years does Price have to get? I feel like he's getting kind of grizzly.
He's
Have you seen his
getting
hair?
there. That's the thing. He's
Getting there. Okay,
Yeah.
he's not quite there.
No,
Not grizzled.
but you guys had Halak in a rookie position one year, and he almost won the cup for you guys. It took you all the way to the conference
It's
final.
interesting. That's a really good point, actually. How
There's
those rookie
not
goalies.
really in betweens. Vasilevsky, obviously an example.
yeah, there's a
exception to the
couple
rule.
here and there, but I hear what you're saying.
But even before then, Pittsburgh did it with Matt Murray 2 years in a row, and he was a rookie.
What happened to Pittsburgh?
Well, they got old.
They did.
Yeah,
It's crazy to think that Crosby's like old now.
Crosby's old, and
It's
you
wild.
got Crosby and Malkin are getting up there in age.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do, right? And they're really holding on to that core, that Letang, Malkin, Crosby trio.
It'd be so hard to not, as a fucking. Although I can't imagine running a team. All I know is that Bergevin does a shit job at it.
I don't think Bergevin's that bad. How are the Habs doing? They're a playoff team. I think they're better than the Canucks.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And the only reason we made it into the playoffs last year was because of COVID.
Yeah, it's true.
But we did beat out Pittsburgh to actually get in the real playoffs.
That's true.
You
Right?
know, that
And
really,
Pittsburgh.
that real good Pittsburgh.
And then did well against Philly. Is that what it was? Took Philly to 6.
I think they went to 6 with Philly, yeah.
Because the coach had a heart attack or something, right?
That's
and
right.
then the boys are like, well, we better win this one for Claude.
Yeah. And only for him to get fired.
So he got fired, and they haven't been doing well since he got fired. Is that right?
They weren't doing that well before he got fired.
They were doing all right.
They had a really strong start to the
Yeah.
season. Like typical shit. Like real strong start, and everyone started riding their dicks. And I was like, just wait, folks. Just you wait.
Yeah.
But it is that we were talking about this too. It is a brilliant thing about hockey where you can have. Fuck, man. Last year we had 2 8-game losing streaks in the season and still made the playoffs. Granted, COVID, but
yeah,
that's amazing.
2
That can happen.
8-game losing streaks.
Yeah,
There must have been some hot streaks in there.
there was for sure, but it was not good.
I mean, Claude Julien is a premier coach, and when you lose a premier coach, it's not like your team's gonna get better. Sometimes you fire a hack.
And they fired the goalie coach too, who was Bergevin's guy. No one fucking knew until like the day of.
Yeah. But it's
Just
not like the goalies are gonna be like, we don't know what to do anymore. The coach is
And
gone.
yeah, they still
right?
don't know what the fuck to do. Although I like Jake Gallagher. It's honestly, it's been nice seeing a goaltender that Price doesn't have to. I know your dad hates Price, but it's like, dude, the guy's got to play like fucking, 87 games a fucking season. It feels like. It's just
So
like,
it's nice that they have someone.
yeah, it's like at least play as well as he's playing. You know what I mean?
And
like,
Allen was supposed to be the guy. He was a highly touted draft pick.
yeah, and he's not doing terrible, but he's not. I mean, he's not doing great either. But it's better than it has been. That's what it feels like anyway.
Yeah, and goalies. I mean, in hockey, goalies are a product of the team's defense for the most part. You'll see guys shine, and there's advanced stats or whatever.
Yeah.
But typically speaking, if your team sucks, the goalie's numbers aren't going to be great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and you can't rely on goaltenders to win hockey games for you. Like I don't understand when like teams do that. Like
you can steal a game here and there.
Yeah, but it's like they're not gonna like. It's really hard for them to score.
Sustainable.
It's like really hard for them to score. It doesn't happen a lot.
Typically score.
No, it takes a brodeur.
Yeah, I always regarded goalies like running backs. Like they're great. It's great to have one on your team, but the best running backs seldomly win championships in football.
You just need a fucking quarterback.
Yeah, you
need a fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
You need Tom Brady.
You need a quarterback and you need some defense. A guy at center, some good defense.
Yeah.
There's no other real secret to it, right?
Our problem right now, the Habs' problem right now is that they're like it's like a top 3 player, like it's Toffoli, a couple other guys who have majority of the goals. Like it's like more people from the team need to start fucking putting in some numbers. Like this is insane. Like Suzuki has 1 goal in 12 games. Paul Byron has 1 goal in 13 games. Drouin has 1 goal in 23 games.
Shit, that's not
Armia
good.
has 1 goal in 10 games. Tatar has 1 goal in 14 games.
That's not good for him either.
No.
These are the guys that typically do score.
Yeah. Philip Deneau's got. I feel like he's gonna hit a hot streak. I love Philip Deneau.
Yeah.
Philip Deneau, he win the mise en jeu. He win them every time.
He win it every time.
He win the mise en jeu. Though. Oh, you spilled it on your cardigan.
It's a for show cardigan.
It's a for show. Cardigan. Oh, that just sounds like pooping.
I don't even know why. I mean, it was just sitting there.
Yeah, Deneau's got 2 goals in 5 games. This is only 2 goals of the season.
Hot.
But he said Shola, yeah. He's very hot.
He's hot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousins sont French. C'est hot.
Were you in immersion growing up?
I wasn't, no, because my dad spoke French to us at home, so we learned French that way. So I can speak French, but I'm not great at spelling because I didn't have to write it. I would just talk
you can read it though. You can read it.
I can read it, yeah, but even
You're not
then,
gonna. Yeah.
I'm like almost illiterate.
Yeah, but
like almost like if I wrote something in French, you'd be like, "Did some illiterate guy write this?" It's like I don't know how to write.
But whatever though, I feel like whatever. Speaking is like to me it was the most. I was for someone who was in French immersion, it was like I could always speak it very well, but yeah, I couldn't like conjugate and shit like on paper all that well.
No,
but like I didn't give a shit. It was just like, well, I can talk and speak it, and that's kind of the whole
every
purpose.
time I text my dad, I'm like, "Is it ENT? Is it ES? Is it?"
Do you change it to French?
Butcher it.
I
get all the squiggles.
Yeah. Okay.
My phone's like, "You're not spelling anything right."
Yeah. A whole lot of red underline squiggles.
Siri's like, "Quan? What the hell is Quan?"
Did you mean quantum physics?
Yeah, did you mean quantum physics? No, I meant when. Quand.
Le.
Christ de Ciboy de Carlis de Tabarnak. All right, 1-0 for the Habs. This is no different than any other Canucks game I've watched against you guys. The only games we've beaten you is overtime. Shootout.
Both shootouts?
Are those even wins?
I don't know. How do you feel about a 3-on-3? Because we can't win in overtime. Like we have the worst 3-on-3 I've ever. Like it's awful. Like we're not good.
I mean, it's its own beast, right?
It's cool to watch, but it's like because my team is so shit at it, I'm like, every time it goes overtime, I'm like, well, that's a wrap.
Yeah, right.
It's a wrap.
It's its own beast, but it'll get you to the playoffs, but it won't let you win in the playoffs. There's no 3-on-3 in the playoffs.
That's just it.
You would need 4.
It is kind of weird how they switched that up, right? Like, I mean, again, it speeds it along.
Yeah, I mean,
what are they trying to do that for? Why are they trying to speed things? Like it's just for Americans? Like they can't follow how fast it is as it was.
I think it's just a good idea. 3-on-3 is fun. It makes things more exciting. It's the end of the game.
But you're not a shootout guy?
I'm fine with it. I don't care.
You just don't know if it counts.
You know what I think is like the points are wrong. There should be 3 points for a win, and it should be 2 for a shootout win.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And one to, because I don't get how it's like if they go to overtime, they both gain a point. How does that make sense?
It seems kind of pointless.
So if I beat a guy 6-0, I get 2 points. But if I barely beat him, I also get 2 points, and he gets 1. Like that doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
Is that Jeff Petry? No.
And we're back. I'm
We were
drinking
there
a
the whole
Stanley
time.
Park Brewing.
Still.
I don't know if you're trying to get a sponsor, but Stanley
No.
Park.
No.
What's wrong with this? It's right next to the pitch and putt place.
It's right. Do you ever play pitch and putt?
Oh, I love pitch.
Do you actually?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Anytime.
I'm fucking down. I like a Queen E sesh. I'll play there.
That's Queen Elizabeth's challenging.
Is it?
Yes,
I
it's
have
on
not-
a hill,
It is.
so it's an optical illusion.
I also play disc golf there, as you can see.
The place is full of frisbees on the wall.
They're discs. They're not frisbees, okay? They're
My
not.
apologies. But what did you call the sport in the first place?
Disc golf. The funniest part is there's dudes in disc golf who call it because like the golf course is right. They neighbors the disc golf course,
Right.
but it's like they'll like beef sometimes with the golfers. They call them like, dude, I don't even know why people play ball golf.
You don't have to clarify.
like, yo,
There's
it
only
ain't-
one golf.
It's just golf, motherfucker. Like I like playing disc golf
Ball
more,
golf?
but it's definitely just golf, dude. Like how fucking dare you, ball golf,
Tiger Woods is the greatest ball golf player I've ever seen.
dude. He's not anymore. He ain't.
Well, no.
You know, like he play much more ball golf.
He might be done playing ball golf for
You
a while.
might be done.
But I like that I said frisbee golf, and the word you corrected me on was frisbee, not
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually a good point too.
You're like, no, dude, it's
The
disc
disc, it's a
golf.
disc.
Okay, it's a very specific type of golf. Oh man, that's funny. So, disc golfers are insecure, is what you're
very
saying.
much so.
Wow.
They're usually pretty hammered.
I think you're the only person I would consider a friend that plays disc golf.
How about that?
Yeah,
feel
because
very
I do
generous.
the opposite. I go like I know the point you're talking about. There's like a 3-hole stretch where we have to see each other,
Yeah.
and it's like don't fucking look over. It's like Shelbyville meeting Springfield.
Very much so, yeah.
You know?
And now let's all celebrate with a nice tall glass of turnip juice. And then we got rid of the lemon tree because it was haunted.
We banished it forever.
That's the best.
We banished the
That's
ball golf,
The best is the kids' faces when they drink the fucking.
and then they make the lemonade, and it's just a pound of sugar.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That is how you make lemonade. Oh, pad the tripping, la. Okay.
No, putted tripping.
Yeah, they seem to have slowed it down a little bit.
Well, it's the game's open up. There's a lot of stretch passes, so there should be some goals coming.
There should be some other. Oh,
Jake Allen with Le
regarde
Salve.
ça avec les mains là.
Le main.
Oh,
boy.
Jesus, that was
Gallagher's
close.
around the net. That's a drink. Tatar.
Oh, that was
Have you seen the Tatar video yet?
no.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how you haven't.
Oh.
Penalty.
Il y en a un penalty.
And it looks like it's against Montreal.
2 minutes slashing. Huh?
When I used to ref hockey and
You refed?
I refed and
It's gotta be kind of hard.
I hated being a linesman. A linesman, you have to be like very precise. You have to be on. You have to. It's over the middle. It's over this. It's over that, and it's like. The
And you
offsides
probably
are-
refed in the day of like 2-line passes, all that shit.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole bunch of other stuff that.
hated it.
And the offside was a lot more stricter. And
But being a main ref is like the chillest job.
what's the main? He's the one with the stripes, right?
You just have to call penalties and goals.
Yeah.
And penalties are so obvious, the less you look for them. The more you just sit back and watch the game, the easier it is to see a penalty. You're like,
Interesting.
oh, that was a high stick, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the more you're looking for penalties, the more you'll make bad calls.
Or miss something else. Yeah.
Because you're too focused.
Interesting.
You just sit back and just watch the game from a giant landscape.
How in shape do you got to be a ref? Like, I imagine you got to be, like, you got to skate a lot. Like,
well, these guys, they say it's a lot. It's a lot. You know what it is? It's like being a marathon runner versus a sprinter, because the hockey guys are on for a minute and they're off.
right.
NHL refs are like on the whole game.
They're literally the whole game. Yeah.
And it used to be worse when they only had one ref, because that guy had to go end to end for goals. You know, like at one point they're like, "What if we get a second ref?" And it was like a big controversy.
It was
like,
too many people.
Well, who's gonna call it? What if one guy thinks it's a penalty and the other one doesn't? And you're like, "Well, I'll figure that out."
Yeah, there's cameras and shit.
I think the pros outweigh the cons. Yeah, reffing, you know what? That's probably something that if I pursued it more, I would have been really good at.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I'm like enough of a dick combined
like-
with not giving a fuck.
Like rules enough.
You know what I mean? Like, and arrogant enough that they're like, that wasn't a high stick. That I would be like, no, it was. Just get in the box.
Just get in the box. Also, refereeing like hockey is 1,000 times. There's no refs like hockey refs. Like the banter and the fucking, it's glorious to hear all that
The
shit
in between the players and refs.
everything.
Like,
And
what's
just,
something that you've heard that you really like?
you know, they're just like who's like he's like the one guy.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
there's
know
like
his name.
countless videos of him. He's fucking Sparling's gonna kill me for not knowing this.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's the fucking man. Like the
He's
way he just
the guy.
announces the penalties, and then he's like, "Oh no, boss! Like, hey, bud, no, that was high sticking, bud. Keep that stick down, bud."
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of like, it's so
He
fucking
is
lax,
the hockey
but-
player.
Yeah, exactly.
he's one of the
it
boys.
just he's like, yeah. Oh, good play, boys! Good play, boys! Like when it's just like clean and shit, and they're like happy with how the play is going. You know,
Yeah.
they'll comment on like how it's good puck.
Reffing, and I'll be honest, reffing is hard. Like sometimes you make a call, and you're like, oh, that was for sure a penalty, and then the whole bench complains, and then you watch the other guys, and they're not really paying attention to you. Like the other team's not making eye contact with you, and you're like, oh, I fucked up. Like they know that I fucked up.
Yeah, that'd be dicey. I don't know if I could hack that. I probably don't have the fucking cardio now.
You could be a linesman.
It's offside.
I don't know why it seems like an insult.
It does. It does. That was so Vancouver. That's the
Imagine-
most fucking Vancouver compliment.
Imagine
You could be a linesman.
You know what? You could be a ref, but you'd be a linesman. It's like, why is that a demotion?
Can I be in your video? You can hold the light.
You can hold the light. You ever held a mic before? You could be the sound
know what?
engineer.
I'm about the oh, bro. Ouch. Ouch. That is a dig. That's what I went to school for. I just tell people I'm an engineer, though, because it sounds way better.
Yeah, you can
Although after meeting me, you can tell that I'm definitely not an engineer.
but you could add engineer to anything. Like you could be a fabric engineer.
I am a sound engineer. Like I've got to, yeah, I can do it. But I just say engineer, and then people think I build railroad tracks.
So you went to school for sound engineering?
Yeah.
So describe to me like a typical job for a sound engineer.
Okay, you're doing probably live sound for punk bands or really whatever in the city somewhere in a divey bar.
I
and
like how you
very
went to punk.
upset that you've been doing it for so long and haven't really made it anywhere.
This doesn't sound like a typical one. This sounds
No,
like
this is the
what
most
you
typical.
did.
No. This is the most typical one ever. No, I ran the bar and did sound at the same time. I was even
Right,
worse.
right.
Yeah, yeah. I had to like staff people as well as run sound. I was extra stupid.
Huh.
I threw in that.
How long's the course
What, to do school?
to get your diploma in sound engineering?
You can do it in 2.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
2 years is a long time.
Or you can do it. You can also like stretch it out in 4. Like usually you have to, your first year you have to like, it's still a generic kind of fucking thing. You still got to major in an instrument and like take basic keys and all that shit. And then second year you kind of like customize more shit. You'll still have recording classes and stuff, but
Are you really advanced in making music then?
decent amount. Yeah, I know what I'm
Huh.
doing.
Wow. I didn't know that. I mean, I know you play guitar on a popular comedy show called The Meltdown,
Yeah.
but I didn't realize you had the diploma hanging there. Why don't you put that in the background? If anyone ever tests your shit, you go,
Because it doesn't mean anything
Sound
in
engineer.
that field. It's a lot of people with that piece of paper that can't do shit.
I don't know. You got a lot of respect in my books just now. I didn't know that. I didn't know you had a diploma in sound. That's pretty sweet. I hear you thought I was making fun of you, but in the end, the tables turned. And the Canadians, oh, what a save by
Demko.
Thatcher Demko. Braden Holtby.
All right. Right.
More tidbits of information?
I don't really do. I blasted through him like a rookie. I mean, I don't know how many times I need to, like, invent to explain, like, how we suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta keep up coming with
you
creative
are
ways.
definitely a negative fan because your facts were all like, they've only scored in this amount of time.
It's just where we're at right now.
That's true.
It's just, I'm not a negative. I'm just fucking realistic about shit. Can't be,
The thing is
no
the
lollipops.
Canucks suck more than you guys do.
We do play well against you. But then it's like teams like the Sens, and you're like, what the fuck? Every other team seems to be smoking them.
Yeah, why?
And then we always lose. We just live lives like we've won like one game against the Sens. And we play them like every day. We played them earlier today.
Yeah. All right, first intermission, 1-0.
First period. What are the shots
Premier.
looking like? I didn't see.
So what happens now? What do we do in the in-between?
Well, some people go for darts, or we just talk,
Wow.
or whatever. Yeah.
You've had how many guests on before?
You're just guest 3, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you say some people, does that mean one of the three?
No, both the other guys.
So
have
everyone else.
Everyone else has got
gone for
cigarettes,
darts.
Yeah. And then I don't really care. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'll go for a dart too. And then people just look at chairs for like a minute. And then
Yeah.
come back. It's fine. Put up the drinking game. We're good.
Wrongtown hockey.
Indeed. Because, yeah, the amount of times that, like, if you just wear, I was wearing my toque today, and, like, I had to walk down East Hastings, and there's like, quite a few Habs fans along East Hastings.
There's
But still, the amount of fucking chirps you get, it's just, like, it's great. It's so fantastic.
more haters or lovers?
Usually more hate.
Really?
I'll just, like, Habs, because we know not to make a big scene.
Right. You've been trained.
Yeah, so it's, like, it's usually just
Just go in, be
fucking nod,
respectful,
like,
nod
what's
your
up?
head.
Or just like, yeah, you don't even say anything. Just go, like, point at your hat, point at my hat. We both have the same hat. It's great. That's it.
I'd be way more cocky. I'd be like, hi, can I get 24? One for every Stanley Cup ring.
Do you still have those Timbits in 24 bags?
Do you have them in 24s? That's how many cups we've won, by the way. I guess I'll get a Habs pack.
How are those millionaires working out for you, Vancouver?
Yeah. That was the last time they won.
I know I did. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was.
1908?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, man.
I think
Something
so.
like that, right?
1913, maybe 1908. I don't know.
I
want
wanna say
I actually
11.
yeah, you might be right on that. I actually had a millionaires like when they came out with like the wool like sweaters. 'Cause I thought it was just a dope Vancouver thing to have. But so I did rock that for a little bit.
Hey, Vancouver, why did you win a Stanley Cup? Well, most of the world was busy at the war at the time.
Yeah, and polio.
So we thought, what a great opportunity.
If only there was a war now. In fact, COVID, maybe they'd have another chance.
That.
Another down.
Boys aren't even making the playoffs this year.
Oh.
Old Jimbo. Old Jimbo.
What happened?
So our general manager he's really good at trades. He's like an expert trader.
Okay.
He's a great drafter too. Like he's really good at finding potential in kids.
Okay.
And he's just probably the worst free agent signer in the history. Like I don't even know how they haven't like just been like, well, you have a new guy in charge of free agents. Like
I don't know.
he hasn't had any. Well, I can't say any success. Like he got this guy named Ryan Miller, who was a great goalie on a 2-year deal. That worked out, and then he got a guy named Vanek, who wasn't that great, but we traded him for a guy named Mott.
Okay.
So that's technically a win. And then
Kind of, but he still did the trade afterwards.
I
So it's
think
like,
otherwise he signed 161 players for like $200 million, and none of them have turned out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like atrociously bad.
Wow. That is pretty bad. That's so fucking... It always amazed me. Even like NHL numbers are nothing compared to other professional sports, but it's still like,
right, $200 million as a baseball player. Like they signed a guy. They signed a guy in Philadelphia
for the playoffs.
Yeah, really. I think it was an 8-year deal, a $200 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't really compare.
And that's baseball.
To me, our general manager is like a rich guy's wife. You know, like one of those like rich guy, like stay at home, shopaholics, like Real Housewives.
Water Street Cafe.
Yeah. And free agency is like Black Friday or something like that, right? And he's just out there with the credit card,
just fucking
maxing it out,
baby. That one doesn't work. Try this one.
Walking out with 8 giant bags, and you're like, "What'd you come home with?" It's like, "I got like a dress, a pair of shoes," and you're like, "That's it? That's all you got for all that money?" Corey Perry, drink.
It was 50% off.
It was
still.
That's what you paid for it at a discount.
Yeah.
That's our general manager.
That seems like a close-up of Corey Perry to me. Yeah. And, it's got check time, all lines are firing, and don't ask me anything in French. Cool.
Yeah, what's your best hockey impression? Can you do one? Hockey interview impression?
But, like...
Okay, so let's say I'm like, okay, Tyler, you guys are up 1-0 after the first. How do you feel going into the second?
Well, all lines are firing, and it is got check time. So, I feel like we can just do a little bit better on the power play. And, so long as get some fresh legs out there, we'll be good.
Carey Price is getting a night off tonight, but Jake Allen has been pretty good for you guys. How's it feel playing in front of Jake? How's that different?
Jakey Boy's really stepped up in the last... they always have a nickname.
The nickname.
Yeah, Jakey Boy's really stepped up in the last little bit, and, we're happy to have him on the team. Take a little pressure off of Pricey.
It's true. The nicknames come around, and they'll just casually bring him in like we know them all. They'll just be like, yeah, well, Pete's is playing some good D, and Dems, Dems is ringing it in, and then we got...
Yeah.
Yeah, hockey players will also use the word "of course" all the time, and then I'm like, or obviously.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well why are we asking you?
Obviously, more pucks on the net.
Obviously, more pucks on the net, and obviously more goals than them, and obviously take less penalties, and obviously we got a good coach, and obviously.
It's always very like.
I didn't realize it was that obvious.
They'll never talk about, and I kind of like how they do this. Like announcers will always talk about momentum and. Fucking whatever, sway and all this shit. But it's like they're very brass tacks. I was like, well, we need to put more pucks in the net. You guys are down. What needs to happen? Well, we need to score more goals.
Yeah, if we put the puck in more often than they do,
we might just win this game.
I think we'll probably will. Odds are.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as the ref doesn't overturn those goals, we're looking good.
It was a close-up on Corey Perry's name.
Oh, man. Technicalities.
Ooh, that was some spicy action there.
Dude, I don't even know how he went for that cheap. Corey Perry was a $7 million player like 3 years ago. Now he's like bargain bin. And because he's a bargain bin, like our general manager's like,
nope,
too hoity-toity. He only shops at Prada.
Yeah. Your GM buys things like how Vancouverites buy things.
Yeah.
It's a very Vancouver way of buying shit.
It's exactly it.
That's hilarious.
Like, if I was the owner, I mean, I'm just a normal guy, right? Like, if the owner got me to do the free agency signings for the Vancouver Canucks, odds are I would do a better job. And that's not saying I'm an expert. I'm just an average hockey fan. And I would do better than our current general manager is at signing. But I can't. It's hard because it's like, imagine, your job, someone comes in and says, oh, well, like, we highly scrutinize hockey to a point where it's like toxic.
Yeah.
Like me at work, I'm not great at fine details. Right? I am a fantastic budgeter. I'm a great planner, great
right.
problems. I've got all these pros, but I'm not good at fine details. But imagine every day I had to open up a newspaper and it said, Jon Gagnon is horrible at fine details.
Yeah.
Fire him!
That's just
like,
it. We also don't know. Like, I
whoa.
don't know what the pressure is from the upper ups, being like, hey, you don't have to pick this guy, but we'd like it if you did.
You think that there's that?
I would imagine there has to be, and then they'll still fire you if you fucking make that call. Hey, you shouldn't have listened to us. You're done.
Shouldn't have listened to us. That was up to you to know.
Ultimately,
when
they've got the money, so I feel like there's got to be influence with people who have the money part of it, right?
And they're fans. Aquilinis were fans before they bought the team.
Just average dudes. Totally average people.
There was a point when the Aquilinis were average people when they were kids, and they would go to the game
Right.
as kids. So
Right.
there is a point where they were an average fan, and then they bought.
Would love to see a one-on-one between. Actually, I guess it's the brothers, right? It's 2-on-1.
Is it Aquilini brothers?
I don't know. Is it just one guy? I have no idea.
It's true. It is called the Aquilini group,
Yeah,
but
maybe,
I think it's one. And his name.
maybe
name
one
is,
versus fucking Jim Patterson.
Like,
Feel like
you
the
mean
two millionaire. That's the dude who's got all the billboards and shit, as long
Right.
as dealerships, right? Yeah.
and radio show.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be a great battle of the billionaire.
Battle of the Vancouver multi-millionaires.
Multi-millionaire.
They haven't reached billionaire.
No,
yet.
for sure, no.
Maybe
Probably
in a
have an
few years.
attitude like it, but probably flaunt and spend their shit like billionaires. But.
Francesco Aquilini.
I mean, get the fuck out of here, dude. You like that's the name of a car.
Yeah.
Get the fuck.
Yeah, I got a 2020 Francesco Aquilini.
What, dude? Those
Yeah,
cars-
dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's a GT. It's an ELS.
It's an ELS, bro.
Drives itself, bro.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it
It was
costs a
only
lot on gas.
It was only $200 million.
It's hot.
For a 2-year deal.
It's a 2-year deal.
2-year deal.
I
yeah.
got it on a pretty good lease. Dude, I'm looking at your lease numbers. They don't look good. No, I'm going to do a trade-in, though. It's going to be great. Really good at trades.
Oh man, really good.
Really good trade value.
You keep trading it in for kind of
And
a new one every year. Yeah.
Eventually, your team gets better.
You just trade in for a new one every year. That's what happens. I knew he did with the Corvette. He did that every year with the Corvette. Just trade it in. I don't know how it worked out or what happened. It seemed very bad.
Dude's losing a lot of money.
Of course
What's
he was.
his name?
Murray.
You can say it. So Murray, stop trading in your cars.
He probably still did.
Like
Also-
someone out there is
also-
getting a 1-year
also, if-
Corvette at a discounted price.
Also, if you're going to do that, for sure pick a cooler car to do it with.
Then a Corvette? I mean, everyone's got a.
You never
everyone's got
trust
their
a
thing.
man with a Corvette. Ever. That's a fucking rule, dude. Unless it's like a 1969 Stingray, you know what I mean? It's a classic with the
Right.
big fucking, yeah, cool, great,
You mean
love
like
it.
a 2018 Corvette? Don't trust the guy.
For sure not.
Like you're at a business meeting and he pulls up. He's got a brand new Corvette. You're like, no,
No, I'm out.
I'm out.
No. I don't care if his parking space does have his name on it. You should get it rejected. You should have to fucking take the bus.
Here's the goalie coach comparison. Here we go. So he's got a new goalie coach. Remember, I was like, hey, the coach, what a difference it'll make. Apparently, he's just been way better with this new goalie coach.
Well, how about that? Jake Allen has or Carey Price? Or
Carey
both?
Price.
Well, good thing he's playing in that. Did you
I
hear that,
think
Mr.
so.
Gagnon?
I think he probably got okay. So the thing with Carey Price is he created his unique style. So some goalies have come through and created a new style in which all goalies then copy. Carey Price did that with his super chill positional goaltending.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes you get scored on, but overall,
Right.
the numbers will pay off.
He's gotten a little too chill.
Well, it's not that he's gotten too chill necessarily. I think that the league's figured him out. So you're like, oh, Price will do this. So if you slide across, Price will do this. So they've kind of figured him out.
Right.
over
Yeah,
the years.
people adapt for sure. There is that. But I
So
don't
if
know,
he's-
man. I haven't seen a whole great lot of second efforts from him this
He's
season.
not a second effort guy though.
I mean,
That's
how
not
much are
his
you getting
style,
paid,
though.
sir?
No,
excuse
it's not
me,
his style
sir.
though, because if you overcommit to that second effort, then you're out for the third one, right? That's the idea.
It's better than being completely out for the second because he's
Yeah.
never there. At the
But
beginning of
that's
the season,
his style, right?
Okay, this is why I think he's got too lazy. When you get beginning of the season, he's got really long hair now, right?
Right.
He's got this slick back, fucking long, hockey hair.
So you think he's depressed?
I don't know what it is, but at first I was like, oh, he's gonna
If
be
you're
all like
depressed
the
at home
dude.
right now, call 1-800.
Carey Price.
Right.
He will not help you.
You think he's sad?
He'll talk to you once, but not a second time.
You think he's like, nah,
I
get
don't know
the
what it is.
pass.
I just think he doesn't give a fuck anymore. Why would you? You're getting paid $1 gazillion. There's some other kid in there now who can help you out. You don't have to be like sweat your tits off every goddamn game. You just grow your hair out, collect $1 gazillion, and fucking who gives a fuck? I mean,
That's a great theory.
Bergevin,
I haven't heard this theory. Maybe Carey Price is sad.
Maybe he's
More money, more problems, right?
dude, right?
Maybe Carey Price is sad.
He might
I
be
want to see
sad.
these goals. Let's check them out.
I mean, you speak of the fucking papers, talking mad shit all the time. Maybe he's sad. And then Bergevin looks straight up like the dude from Big Lebowski now. I don't know if you've seen him recently. I'm sure they'll show
You
that
think
one.
he's making
You see
White
his hair?
Russians up top?
Oh, 100%. You make one hell of a Caucasian
He's writing a
jacket.
check for
Milk?
for cream.
yeah.
He's the coolest GM for sure.
I don't know. I feel like even his get-ups, like there's
Trying too
something
hard?
about the Montreal suits that like they try to look like France, nice tailored suits, but they're not quite there.
But
Like, they're not-
Montreal's
they're
always
not-
advanced. They're ahead of the curve in style.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like-
is
yeah.
that- okay.
Yeah, like
Okay,
7
okay.
years from now, you'll go, fuck, Bergeron looks
That's
really
dope.
cool
I want
in
that,
2020.
I want that 2021 Bergevin look, bro.
That's something I always
I'll
knew
go to the
about
hairdresser
Montreal.
like, I'm looking for that.
Do you have anything that's going to be
Bergevin.
dope 5 years from now? Which is kind of funny that Montreal does, because it's like, you're not cool, but you're like, oh, this will pay off. Like, wait till they see how lit
Hey, listen,
my
I'm
haircut
cool,
was.
okay? I
But
think
by
I
the time
know.
by the time we like a Bergevin for what he was,
Shave it.
he'll have a brand new thing going on.
Cornrows.
Cornrows. Bergevin and cornrows. You know what I love about
They
cornrows?
said they
Everyone
rode
started getting mad that it was cultural appropriation for a certain race, and I was like, I looked it up to see where it all came from, and apparently it was a Mediterranean thing from like, you know what I mean, like,
calling it cornrow?
Egyptians did it, Italians did
like
it,
getting
like,
cornrows if you're a white person.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Isn't
yeah.
that funny that like people
look
got
at-
mad because people today who have them are of a certain.
Right. Even though it's yeah.
But if you actually do your research, which is no one does,
yeah. I'm sorry. You're what?
it ends up it was a whole Mediterranean thing. So anyone like from Spain to
Greek.
Greeks, yeah, that was the thing, that they would just do it in that area.
Yeah. I mean, if, to
Well, how
act
do you
like,
feel about cultural appropriation? Like in
like that, like that style. I've had dreads before.
Right?
When I was 18, I had dreads. It was before you got shit on for having them. It was like actually cool.
But
to have
is
them.
getting
Xavier
shit
Rudd
on-
was popular.
Do you think it's okay to shit on people for cultural appropriation? Like, who's the person who's going to appropriate it?
Well,
Is
here's
there
the
a
deal.
group
If you're
of
gonna shit on
people
people for having cornrows, talk to every fucking chick you've ever met in
Yeah,
your
but
life.
Let's do
Every
something
white
more
girl you've ever met.
extreme. Like, let's say I walked around in a gi, right?
Like you weren't on your way to jujitsu.
No,
I'd be like, that guy's got some issues. I'll probably stay clear.
right?
But do you?
Okay, what if I had chopsticks in my hair? Is that fine? Like, okay, what's something that's so obviously?
I would just laugh my tits off. I just think that would be fucking hilarious.
What if I just had like a Cuba sweat, like Cuba
Thug
Libre, Thug Life, right? But that we
respect,
know, right?
Respect. You'd get respect. You'd get street cred for that.
Like, what if I was the most extreme? I think Thug Life is still like.
Is that Dallas? No. Whose jerseys were those? Sorry.
If I was a full cultural appropriation,
If you just did it all in one,
and I just believed it was the right thing, it's just who I was.
I just appreciate. It's cultural appreciation.
Who do I get appreciation from? Who appropriates it? Is it a group? Like, do I have to meet the entire country? Like, if I'm full on Japan,
No, you have to meet the white lady in charge of that group.
right?
That's who needs to check
The
box.
representative,
The representative of the group.
Kathy.
You know that group in Uganda? Yeah, Kathy's in charge.
Kathy's in charge of that.
Kathy's in charge of Uganda.
If she approves, then
yeah.
because the Vancouver Canucks got in trouble, so someone from Winnipeg, fuck you, Alex Sparling, wrote an article about how the Vancouver Canucks logo was appropriating native culture.
Right. Even though Native people were down with it, there were like several chiefs that came out and were like, "What the fuck? You know, we love it.
They didn't do the research, right?
We literally love it."
But it was picking up momentum. It was like in newspapers, and it was like, "Is this something
and they
we
still
should
had
talk
to get.
about?"
They did get Aboriginal. I don't know what the fuck it's say. What I say?
The Musqueam.
Yeah,
chief.
to do the helmet, right?
Yeah.
They did that to
Yeah.
kind of make up for the. You know what I mean? Because I don't know
I
if they
think
felt
that's
like.
fine.
Yeah, no, totally. But like the fact that 2 chiefs came out and were like, "Yeah, we love it."
They're like,
what are you talking
they're
about?
like, we like the logo. Why would we? Dude, we have a certain art and we love the Canucks, and then the goalie's going to wear a thing that pays tribute to our heritage. And the only people that are mad are white people. How does that make sense?
I have Native friends here that used to, like, they would always wear, like, the Cleveland hats, the Cleveland Indian hats.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Always. They, like, always.
That's awesome. Well, the game is back on.
Still 1-0 for the Heroes.
The Heroes. The Canucks outshot the Habs 11-8 in the first period.
I would love to eat a Euro right now.
What would you do? Would you do play-by-play or would you do color commentary?
Probably color commentary. Yeah, I couldn't do play. I would need better brain for
You'd have to be on.
Yeah.
Like, those guys are so underrated.
I could probably do play-by-play for, like, UFC, though.
Yeah?
For the fighting, yeah, I could probably.
Because it's a little bit slower. It's not. You don't have to remember as many names.
Yeah, that's just it. It's 2 dudes.
Yeah, you just have to remember 2 names.
Yeah. Yeah, I could barely do that, depending on the name.
Play-by-play guys are completely underrated. In the
NHL. And doing it how many fucking times a week?
You must have to do your homework before you go to the shop. You must have
You have to constantly be on top. That'd be the only thing that would consume your entire time.
You'd have to be like 24, 20, like it's flashcards, like number 9 Miller, number 10 Gallagher, number.
Yeah.
And you see them mess up once in a while. They're like Gallagher with a shot. Pardon me, that wasn't Gallagher. That was Kakimiemi, and you're like,
just see like, oh, I'm gonna get docked for that.
You could just hear the disappointment in their voice, like
$50K right there.
The pay's not looking good.
That'd be so funny if they got docked. I do like when I do watch it, because I usually do watch the games in French. When I do, I mean every announcing team will dick. Oh, and the Canucks put one in to tie the game. We have a one-lot hockey game.
So his name is Gaudette. Fuck, why?
Why? They literally just been chilling here. I think it's performance fabric. You're good. That's
This is a fool me twice, so it's a shame on me moment.
Oh, it was a tip and a half. Who was that for you?
Gaudette.
Gaudette. At least it's
French last name, yeah. I think he's American.
Gaudette?
He must be from Louisiana.
Oh, right.
I don't know.
A lot of hockey players coming out of the Bayou.
Where would you guess he's from? We could look it up. He's not from the Bayou.
He's not from the Bayou.
Minnesota's a good guess. I would guess like Detroit.
Yeah, one of those fucking places.
Yeah.
Chicago, maybe?
There's a few hockey places. High stick. Why would you do that? The Canucks are buzzing right now. Bzzz.
3 minutes into the second period. Let's go, Dan.
So Jimmy Vesey, our newest player, got an assist.
Where's he coming from?
Toronto. So he was really good in college, drafted by the Colorado Avalanche, and then he refused to sign with them.
What?
Yeah.
Is he that good?
No, they sucked. Well, he had a good year in college. A big problem, I think, in general for hockey is the amount of coverage we give to college kids and just 17-year-olds in general.
Like, too much.
Way too much. The fact that people knew who Jimmy Vesey was to the point where he was able to negotiate whatever contract
I can't
he
believe
wanted.
he was able to negotiate. It's like, get your ass in the... Like, you're going to play professional hockey.
Why don't you just play with the team that drafted you, you stupid shit?
And he would have got to wear those cool... the Habs... or the Habs. The Avalanches. The Avs. Not the
Yeah.
abs, the Avs.
Yeah, the Avs. Which means
their
that
retro
half
jerseys are
infringed.
sick.
They are sick. So he was supposed to play for Colorado, signed with New York instead, because New York at the time was doing much better. Ends up Colorado was on its way up, New York's on its way down. Then he ended up having to play on a couple shit teams. Didn't really work out for him.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what happens, though. Like, just fucking...
But
It annoys you when people, like, fall down on the ice and fake it. It annoys me, and I'm like, dude.
that's what annoys you.
Get the fuck in there.
Get in the
You
game.
have to play hockey.
Yeah.
Professionally.
Regardless of what team. Even if it's Baltimore. Yet to exist hockey team. I'm sure they've existed.
The
at one
Ravens?
point. I'm sure they've had a team. Yeah, Jimmy. So he was in Toronto, but Toronto's stacked. So they put him on waivers.
Fucking stacked.
Canucks are like at the thrift store because we maxed out our credit card.
Yeah, Daddy.
We maxed it out on Prada purses.
At the yeah, they're not even real. Bought them in Chinatown
Tyler
for
Meyers
too much.
jeggings that are way too long. So now we're like, oh, you don't want that? You don't want a Vesey? We'll take it. Sure.
That's fucking
He'll
funny.
probably play on our third line. That's Vesey there, so I got a drink. Vesey, sorry. So Gaudette, same story. When he was a 5th round pick, and his last year of college he did very well. And there's an award in hockey, in American hockey, called the Hovey Baker Award. Now, half the players that have won the Hovey Baker have turned out to be these amazing superstars, guys like Patrick Kane, guys like Jack Eichel. And half the players that have won the award have turned into absolute duds. And so you don't know what you're going to get.
50-50.
50-50.
The 50-50 curse. So does that mean, does it alternate? Or is there any rhyme or reason?
It's not quite like that, but sometimes it's 2 and 2.
That'd be
or
great.
One, yeah. It'd be sweet if it alternate.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an odd
Next
year. One.
Yeah, we got it on year. Yeah, it's like the Olympics.
Yeah. but
every 4 years. That'd be great. Every 4 years.
So because Gaudette won it, it's like he has 7 points this year. It's not enough to be an NHLer. He should be sent down. But every time he gets sent down, fans lose their minds.
Oh, really?
Because they're like, he won
Who's this?
a whole
Who's this on the
Baker.
bench?
That's Tyler Mott. He's like our heart and soul. Not great butt. Fantastic.
Oh, that's the Mott.
Mott Girl Summer. If he's hurt, he goes to the bench to get hurt. You know what I mean? None of that Tyler Meyer stuff. What did he do? See? Get to the bench. That's what I'm talking about. Hide your tears.
Well, that's why he's got the...
hide your tears.
Hide your tears. Yeah, hide your tears.
You cry in the
on the
bathroom
bench.
stall alone
Yeah.
where no one can see you.
Yeah, you turn your back to the cameras.
Tyler
them.
Myers is squirming. He's like, oh, see, ooh. And then you watch the replay. It's like, where did it hit him? Directly in the padding. And then he's on the bench
I was actually
smiling.
gonna say, I was like, yeah,
Hate that.
a little rough. I mean, if it was in the back of the leg, it's a different story.
Yeah, if it was like
Isn't
on the
it
inside. You know,
wild?
there's parts where the gear
Isn't it wild how even now there isn't a way to protect that part, really?
It's true. We've come so far in life.
And it's like, if
There's
you're
still
like,
parts.
If you're back towards somebody shooting a puck, you are very vulnerable.
Yeah, there are
like,
still
to
parts.
so many injuries.
There's like here. There's like 10 spots.
And they're all like very like vital parts.
Yeah, oh, always. Like, I like that they ditch the neck guards once you get out. Like, your throat's nah.
Yeah.
The main artery thing, nah.
You're good.
You don't need
My
something.
uncle got
now.
hit real bad with a fucking puck and started like fucked his like vocal cords and shit. I was like,
I could see that. It's gonna
he
happen.
played for the Leduc Riggers.
Oh,
Careful.
oh, look out. Is that a what? Oh,
They're a pretty good team. They're a team in
WHL
Leduc, Alberta. I don't know what.
If you're wondering where Leduc is, it's where the airport is. In Edmonton.
Yeah, about 10 minutes out, bud. L.A.
Is it 10? It's like
I don't know.
20.
Maybe depending on the
I've
traffic,
done
bud.
Depends on
That Alberta
and
traffic.
of course, yeah, on the old 2.
Depends if if you could.
Hey!
God damn it.
2-1. Bingo by Niels Hoglander.
Hoglander.
Yeah, it's where you land on the pig.
Yeah, I guess so. It just sounds like a German guy with a pretty big dick.
Oh, yeah. He's got a real big
What's your name?
Hoglander.
Hoglander.
Dude's packing some Hoglander. He's a great rookie. You know, for the last 3 years, we've had Rookie of the Year nominations, and this guy might make it 4.
Have we won any of them?
Yeah. Elias Pettersson.
Oh, yeah. Is he still with you guys?
Yeah, he's hurt, though.
Okay. He's cool, too, right?
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He went out and sang, like, Christmas carols with Michael Bublé.
Oh. Speaking of the devil. Not a sponsor.
It could be a sponsor. Do a quick ad.
I want money.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do the ad.
That was it. I want money.
Oh, that's the ad?
Yeah. Give me money, Michel.
Are you feeling thirsty?
Listen here, Michel
feeling
Bublé.
thirsty?
You think you're something, Michel Bublé?
Are you thirsty?
Have you ever seen
But also an alcoholic recovering.
yeah, exactly. Are you watching your friend play a drinking game beside you right now?
You want to feel that burn of the bubbles on your tongue.
Do you want to call your cocaine dealer in?
Choose Bublé.
Choose Michel Bublé.
Make the right decision.
Make the grapefruit. Make the pamplemousse decision.
A hint of grapefruit will convince your taste buds that you are in fact getting intoxicated.
Yeah. They're just enough bubbles.
It'll be just enough to distract you long enough until your ADD mind goes somewhere else. Bublé. Choose Bublé.
Hey, look, a commercial break now.
That's it. Stanley Park Electro Lager. Are you tired of your lager not having enough
What's the fucking
electrons?
IBUs on that, bud?
You tired of protons taking over your lager?
Not enough neutrons.
Dude, is your lager neutron forward? Throw it away.
It could be a lot more.
Could be a lot more. Come down to Stanley Park where Electro Lager is available on tap. 3 of 4 breweries.
Feed cat food to a raccoon immediately afterwards because you're in Stanley Park.
You're in Stanley Park and raccoons love cat food.
Yes.
They should really remarket it.
You can also find out if you're gay or not.
Yeah.
If you stay until after we close.
If it's dark and someone offers you something, up to you. No one can see.
Yeah.
Stanley Park.
Stanley Park.
Do some gay shit if you want. This is some good ads.
Yeah. Yeah. Stanley Park.
Tired of being judged on how gay you are.
Yeah.
Tired of people seeing what you do. Tired of neighbors complaining of your noise. Stroll on down to Stanley Park. Where you can do some gay shit.
With
no one
watching. Yeah. That's fucking great.
No one cares.
No one cares. Oh, look. It's fucking Berkey's son.
Want to come inside of a man and on some boreal trees?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a tree that's been struck by lightning by getting penetrated by a big giant penis?
Have you ever made eye contact with another man while making love with a scenic canopy above you? Stanley Park.
Stanley Park.
They're missing a huge marketing campaign.
Big time. That was just off the cuff. We see what
Yeah.
we write.
Give us a writing team.
Yeah.
Do you like getting chained up, but you're also a hippie? Get chained up to a 200-year-old tree while a 45-year-old man plows you from behind.
A 200-year-old tree that does not have plans to be cut down.
Not on my watch.
Not so long as you're tired of that tree getting.
The slogan is Stanley Park. Shh. Stanley Park. Your secrets are safe here. Keeping secrets since 1906.
What happens in the woods stays in the woods. On the paths.
Yeah, you don't have to stick to the path. In Stanley Park. I like that that's just become a thing. It's just where the gay people meet. Is that okay to say the gay people?
Yeah,
or
why
am
not?
I being...
There are gay people that meet there. There are straight people that meet there, but it's usually in the day.
Yeah. The day is reserved.
Oh.
You know what would be tough? And I mean, I grew up with a really good friend, one of my best friends, who was bisexual, and he had to keep it hidden. He was ashamed. His dad was like super conservative. And one day I went to use his computer with my friend. Me and my buddy were like, opened up the computer, and it was full-on gay porn. And I was like, ah, shit. Whoa. And I threw the laptop away, and I was like,
You just threw it
man,
away?
I guess he's gay.
Yeah.
And then, like, I guess a minute or two went by, and I was like, yo, we should get some drinks or something. Like, like, I just forgot.
Yeah.
And then, like, 10 years later, me and that friend were going to pick up. And he's like, so, did you ever find out if he was gay or not? And I'm like, he's not gay. He's like, dude, remember when we opened up the laptop? And I was like, kinda. And he's like, dude, it didn't even affect you? And I'm like, no, if he's fucking gay.
Yeah.
That's his thing. I don't give a shit. I'm not the one that has to sneak out to Stanley Park on the weekends, right?
Yeah, dude. It's crazy because I definitely grew up in a house that didn't. Yeah, it was like everything was all good, so it didn't fucking.
It shouldn't matter, and
It
I don't.
did, yeah.
And the
It
second
should.
I
It's like
hear
when
someone,
when you hear about those stories, that you're like, that sucks. Though that he had to fucking, when you gotta hide it and shit like that.
you gotta
growing up.
hide it, and then you hear
Especially
about
our
those,
age. It's not that.
you
long
hear about
ago.
those people that are so affected by someone else being gay. It's like you're like my dad with Carey Price. You're like the girl with Zach. It's like, why are you so obsessed with what this other person is doing?
They're usually the same people who will be like, "This is my friend Zach. He's gay,"
And then you all move on.
but like. I don't care. Why
Yeah,
is that
why
the
does
first
that have
thing?
to be an
Why
entrance?
that's always
Oh,
that's always
yeah.
the first thing I find out
Yeah,
about him. I'm
gay
like,
Zach.
okay, he likes dick. All right, great. Well, Zach, I love Vagine,
I
but
didn't
we
have
can
to bring
still,
it up.
but we can still get along. I don't see why we
I
can't.
actually, when I was doing comedy in Abbotsford, it's a great place to do this joke. I would go, hey guys, just so you know, in Vancouver, if you say you're gay, you get a round of applause. But I think I'm in Abbotsford, so let's just flip the script. Guys, I love smashing vagina. And it gave me a round of applause. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you realize how ridiculous it is. But
It really is. Let's go. Oh, you double.
oh, Toffoli.
That would have been
Not
drinks.
today.
Not today. He will against his
Pas
former team.
aujourd'hui.
Ben oui, là, aujourd'hui. So do you still speak French at home on a regular basis? Like with your...
Me and my dad will talk in French, yeah. If there's no one else around. I get uncomfortable when there are people around because I don't want them to think I'm talking about them.
Right. Even though you probably are, because that's the only reason you would.
Sometimes I'll talk to my dad in French and then make eye contact with someone and then look away again just to make them
But
feel
not
like
you're
I'm
just
secure.
talking about like butterflies.
Yeah,
J'aime ça
exactly.
les papillons, là.
Papillon.
Fucking-
Papillon.
Yeah, papillon, là.
Dude's like, what the?
Although
He's a
calling somebody a
papillon.
butterfly is pretty funny.
Yeah. That's one of the gray words, papillon.
Yeah, for sure. Have you ever seen? I looked this up recently because I was talking about an American friend of mine, and I said toque, and then they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, they call it beanie."
Is that a French chick?
I mean,
It
toque
is,
is pretty French for
Yeah.
sure, but even like people still say it in Canada, but then down south they don't. It's like a beanie. There's no
Yeah.
toque. But have you seen Les Gales de Toque, the movie? Oh my god, it's like this. It's like. There's an English version of it, or dubbed in English, and it's called like The Dog Who Saved the War, which is the worst title ever.
How do you even like? Okay,
So
first
we
of
were
all,
shown
you
this-
had to just hold on to interrupt you for a second.
Yeah.
Just to like start the script, you're like, yo, dude, I'm writing a script. What's it about? It's about this dog that like saves the war, and then like that. Then he's got to take it to an agent, and he's like, "Yo, I've completed the script."
But here's the deal: it's a Quebec-made film, and it's like very like it's like French Goonies,
Okay,
kinda. 80s kids movie, but like funny, but drama, and it's about this big snowball fight between these two groups of kids in Quebec, and it's like they build this giant fucking
I've seen
castle. Yeah, you have seen it, right?
I've seen it.
So then what happens at the fucking what happens at the end of that movie though is the snow castle collapses and the dog dies.
Guys, in it.
That's
right.
how the
and then
dog
they stop
saved-
fighting, right?
That's how the
Through
dog
death.
saves the world. I'm like when they
But
jump
wasn't
into
it just
English.
kids that didn't like each other,
I think so.
and then when the dog died, they're like, "We have to put aside our differences."
Yeah, but like the dog who saved the war, yeah, by dying.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
I mean, it's fictional, right? Like, I'm not the type of guy that gets all. I go, interesting. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Unique choice.
I think that movie was shown to us in French immersion on the West Coast. That movie was shown to us over and over
Right.
and over and over again.
But I mean, I grew up a writer. I've been a writer ever since I was a tiny kid. So
I'm just wondering who got to name it.
I don't watch a movie like
In
that
English.
and go, oh my God, that dog died and he saved the children. I go, interesting choice to flip the script, killing
Right.
the dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I feel was a very like kind of like I don't know. I don't think you would see that in like a Canadian English movie.
It's
a
fine,
very
but
French
it
movie
feels
kind
like
of vibe of like something real fucking dramatic's got to happen in this to like
the stakes have to be high. Right?
very high in French film.
How do we raise the stakes? Well, what if one of the kids get hurt? No, I say
No, no.
no. What if a kid dies? No, trop. Ça c'est trop. No.
J'aime pas de cette chose-là.
Non, c'est pas
Non.
ça c'est trop. Chien?
Peut-être le chien.
Ouais.
Million de besoin d'être un grand chien.
Un grand chien, oui.
Can't be some petit chihuahua.
Pas
là,
some
okay?
chihuahua, no.
I need a Saint
Labrador,
Bernard. I need a Bernard. Yeah. Come on, boys. I would love to get this back before this period ended. Hell, I'd like a quick two. A little two-step.
Well, the Vancouver Canucks are hot, and the Canadiens are froid.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Chaud and foie.
it's two taps.
Yeah, two taps. It throws you off.
Right now, lukewarm because they're both running. The Canucks have great D playing today, so they don't have a lot of D depth. They have 6 guys who are good enough for the job.
Right.
And if one of them gets hurt, it's like,
fucked.
who's next up? And you're like, this unproven guy. And like, all right, throw him in.
How much was he?
He
A lot.
he would cost a lot.
Never mind. Just get him on
Let's
the
not
ice.
forget. Let's not figure out how much Ole Levy cost. Okay, it was a big bet. Corey Perry, drink. Camera loves Corey Perry.
Yeah, and like I said, going down the bench here, there's not. I mean, Philip Dano, he's a bit scruffy, yeah, but he's not a bad-looking guy, right?
Who do you think the best looking guy in hockey is right now?
The best-looking guy in hockey?
Yeah. You probably don't know, do you?
No, I
'Cause
don't.
the
I'm mainly
best
just
looking guys right now are both Swiss.
okay.
They're Swiss-born players.
Where are they?
Roman Josi,
Okay.
Nashville Predators.
Oh, yeah. When fucking. This is the last time I watched a Predators game.
Not a
Don't
big
they say
Predators fan.
before? Don't they say this before the game? Like, let's play hockey.
Yeah. Just to remind everyone.
Yeah. This is what we're doing.
This
everyone. Hey,
Isn't
hey.
NASCAR.
Fucking yeah. Let's see how we're doing here. What we got, bud? I would like another goal.
It's Disney. You will not get another goal for now.
Go fuck yourself, Jon Gagnon.
I do it every night.
I'm a morning guy. No. I'm kidding. I'm not getting shit done for the rest of the day if that happens.
Because your
Yeah, I guess
motivation's gone?
Guys, we're calling in sick.
I guess there's no point in being alive even. I
Right?
did everything I needed
Well,
to
the
do.
shame's washed over me now, so.
Trying to think of who the other hot guy is. Minnesota. He plays for Minnesota. I wonder if like Apple would know. Like I wonder if I was like, hey, who's the attractive hockey player for the Minnesota Wild? Do you think it's Apple would know? Hey Siri.
Siri. Siri.
Hey Siri.
Who is the hottest?
Who is the very attractive Minnesota Wild hockey player?
Into his Apple Watch.
Okay, this is the roster for the Wild.
It's Kevin Fiala. Here
Was
he
that
is.
the first player?
Well, they have them by their number.
How do you like that Apple Watch? You use it quite a bit?
I've only had it for 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, and
you're a newbie.
Forgot it the second day. I wasn't used to it.
Did you wear a watch beforehand? Or anything like
Nah,
around
I'm
your
not
wrist?
a big watch guy.
Neither am I.
No.
I have my wrists are too supple. I can't.
Supple watch.
I gotta go to the fucking I buy the watch and then I gotta go to the guy and I'm like, can you take out 10 links?
Yeah.
For it to
And
make
then
it
you try it on, you're like, actually, it's gonna be 12.
Yeah.
I undershot it.
Yeah, I definitely did. Yeah.
I went to the
I
mall.
thought I had left enough room for the clicker thing.
I went to the mall one time and I was like, "Yo, can you do the watch? How much is that?" And he's like, $10. And I'm like, "Okay, fine, $10. I know you've got a tool. You punch it out and then you re-click it, but forget it. Like I'm at the mall. You've won the bargain."
Yeah.
I'm like $10. So he checks my watch size, sets it down, puts it in, starts taking out things, and then puts it on, and it's too big. And I'm like, nah, dude, like 2 more links.
You said another $10?
And he goes, yeah, it's another $10. I'm like, no, it's not. You measured it.
That's hilarious. You gotta appreciate.
And the watch was $25 in the first place. I'm like, I'm not giving you $20. And he's like, $5.
That was my
And I'm
next
like,
question. I was
"Ugh."
like, why did you take an expensive watch to a kiosk at a fucking mall in
it was
Tawasin?
I was there.
Okay.
Scammed.
Yeah,
well,
I've
if
never
if you
been-
want another 2 links,
I've never been.
another
I don't like shit on my. I think it's because I've played guitar. Like I tried to have a ring once. That didn't
Yeah.
work out either. Just from playing guitar. I don't like shit on my hands.
I think it's meant to take a while to get used to.
Yeah. So then, do you have a phone as well? And it's like, yeah, I guess you do. It's all.
Yeah, they're all linked. I don't know. It works pretty good. I mean, I'd love to be whenever I meet
Get it.
Oh, Demko Thatcher.
He's playing good. That Demko. What are the shots? Can you
He's
see?
at 25-17 Canucks.
Oh boy.
But you guys got a power play. Roussel, il s'en va aux punitions. Hooking. Yeah, it's Hughes. Whenever I meet hipsters, I'm always kind of jealous at how they're like, you're using an iPhone? Like, whoa, what do you use? I use a Bouget. You're like, a Bouget? What's that? They're like, yeah, you wouldn't know. It's not even a real company yet. And you're like, okay. And they're like, yeah, but it does all these things. It figures out my hiking miles. And then I'm like, I got an iWatch. You're like, oh, you have an iWatch? Like,
It's so funny. I know. I don't know. I have an iPhone fucking 6, dude. Like,
I don't really care. I'm like, I bought one.
It makes
stuck to
phone calls.
Like,
It has GarageBand, and it's like the
yeah.
dopest
Also,
shit ever.
Apple was like the first company to take that huge leap in technology. They were the first to go from whatever it was.
Well, when I was a kid, I bought. I remember the fucking iMac that was like the half moon with like the screen that like swiveled, and it was like desktop.
Yeah.
I bought that like brand new with fucking money I saved up with because I was like video editing and shit like that, and like people thought I was crazy as fuck then when I was like, it was right before all the iPods and all that shit. They're like, damn, dude, that's a lot of money to spend on a computer for can't do anything that like Microsoft could do. And then now it's like everyone's got a fucking iPhone. But then it's now starting to change a little bit with the younger generation where it's like, not as
that's
fucking
how
cool.
it works. That's how trends go. Like, you always want to be different from your parents. And then you grow
Now
up.
your parents have fucking iPhones, so they're like, fuck this. The amount of times they get called boomer, I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
I'm not that fucking old.
Dude, my dad would troll you for that 6.
Really?
He'd be like, get a 12.
I would love to if I could afford a fucking 12.
That's another thing.
And I'm not going to
parents don't
sign a
like
fucking 4-year contract with these asshole phone companies. It's ridiculous. Like it's
No, the law changed. It's only 2 now.
even then, we're good.
It's too long.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Damn. I don't know what life is going to be like in 2 years.
Neither do I. All right, well, the
I am
Vancouver
due for another
Canucks are going on the penalty kill. Shots are 20-17 for the Vancouver Canucks.
Go. J'aime ça l'avantage numérique.
Shea Weber carries the
Avec
puck.
le clapper from the blue line, là. Hein?
Asti de calice.
Yeah.
Let's go, les boys.
Oh, allons-y.
Tatar.
Here we go.
Giroux, Weber. Nick Yamaha.
Isn't the passing phenomenal in hockey though?
Yes, absolutely.
It's like it really is incredible how they can pass the fucking puck that fast and have that much control. Like
No.
it's nuts.
It's glue on their stick.
The amount of fucking like there's been a couple goals this year of just like bat him out of midair. There's been a couple goodies.
Yeah. The hand-eye coordination, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're incredible. There's like practice makes perfect, but there's also like I can practice as much as Patterson does, and I'll never be as good. Here comes Tyler Mott, girl summer.
Short-handed.
Oh, ça remarquable. He's one of my faves. Tyler Mott.
Like that moat.
Yeah.
That mote.
He's that thing he surrounds her castle. It's hard to explain.
Okay. Come on, boys. That was shorthand. That's not good. They're chasing back like they were helping him do the flying V.
Tatar.
He sure does, Bob.
I want you to see the Tatar video. But I guess it's anticlimactic if we watch a video on.
The YouTube. Look
Yeah.
out. I'm cracking another buble.
Dude. 2?
I got
What's
fucking
that
two
one?
more in the fridge.
Lemon?
Limon, huh? The Lime. Oh, man. Boys, it was a good start. We had a good first period.
Yeah, absolutely. I
I
think
don't know what happened. Oh, my.
Well, I mean, the internet predicted that the Canucks would win 3-2, which you always love that the internet has an opinion on stuff like that.
Just the internet in general.
Yeah.
Who is the internet, man? Like Reddit?
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos? Daddy Bezos?
I like to think that that of all the billionaires, Elon Musk is the most like us. Is that true, you think?
No.
No?
I think he's more like
He's less like a billionaire and more like it's civilian, though, don't you think?
for sure, but you can tell that he's like trying to be cool.
Yeah?
You know, like
Yeah.
I think he's like really trying to be like cool, but it's like, okay, dude, we get it. You're a fucking super nerd. Like it's all right.
Yeah, no, okay.
But
Well,
don't
take
try to
away
fucking
the super nerd part.
But like, get the leather jacket off. But like, what are we? You're not the fucking Fonz. That's our idea. Like his idea of cool. It's like it's kind of like the French
Right.
fashion thing. I'm just like, yeah, you think you're being super dope, but it's definitely not.
I still think he's the most human of the billionaires.
Interesting because he looks like he's straight up from
Robot,
Pluto.
yeah.
It's like, and talks like it too, kind of. Like he's got a really weird cadence.
He does. He's South African, though.
No, I've
That's
worked
not
with
it.
South Africans. It's
No,
not
it's
it.
not
No,
it.
it's not. I didn't even know that. He doesn't sound South African at all. Yeah, yes, man. I'm not trying to get it in your puss.
Yeah, he's not like that at all.
I worked with some very old queens from South Africa.
He must have had a very specific school teacher. Or his parents, probably. His parents are. And I know that he's
The
educated
South
in
Africa of
Canada.
Pluto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see that map of Antarctica? The center
Oh,
of the map.
yeah.
is
Did
the
you post that
south.
the other day?
I just saw it the other day.
Okay, no, I did see
It must
that.
be in the comedy ring.
It must be, yeah. That was great.
North, also north.
Yeah. Didn't one just actually say this is also known as North?
This is also known as north, yeah.
Okay, boys.
Let's go, les boys. You know, this wouldn't be happening if Carey Price is in that. It'd be
Oh, you
1-0
hear
right
that, Mr. Gagnon?
now. Gilles.
Jill? Oh, you hear that? You hear your son talking
If Carey Price
all
is in
that
that
melt?
right now, it'd be
all
1-0.
that melt?
He has a 1.99 GAA ever since the new coach came around. So Imagine he's like a psychopath and saw that as an opportunity. Like, let's say he's been shit all year, and he's like, "Ooh, new goalie coach. If I dominate, they'll blame
Shaves
it all
his head.
on. They will." Can't get rid of that lettuce.
Oh, I mean,
Lutuche, sorry.
look at this. Look at Lebowski.
Oh wow,
Look at,
it is getting pretty.
you know what
bad.
Sparley calls a burger van.
It's pretty
It's
good.
great. Oh, burger van. Yeah, I make bad choices, but it's okay. I still stay here because I got a nice sport jacket.
Oh, dude, I think he's the classiest guy in the league.
What?
Just like style-wise. You don't like it?
I wouldn't say the classiest in the league, but I also couldn't probably name you somebody else.
No, they're all nerds.
What about Ronick?
JR, he's not a GM.
No, he's not.
I think he was a commentator for a while. But the problem with a guy like Jeremy Roenick at commentating is, like, you just know eventually he's going to say something so stupid. Like, eventually he's going to be like, yeah, that's so-and-so's wife. I pig roasted her. And you're like, Jeremy's like, what? I did.
What
I did. Jeremy.
Jeremy, you can't just talk about spit roasting. Brian Burke's wife?
But it was his
Too
daughter.
old. What the fuck? Who cares?
I don't know.
Get it.
Ooh, is that Gallagher? I got a drink.
Get it on net.
Gallagher just like beelines it for the front of the net. Look at him
He's
right now.
very
He's just
speedy.
slowly going.
Get it? Oh.
Okay, he's by the net. Drink. Okay, he's gone away from the
Come on,
net.
boys.
He's gone away.
Let's get it in. There's 25 seconds left here in the period, and we want to tie it up.
Dans la deuxième.
Dans la deuxième. Edmondson. Let's go.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. And that,
GG.
folks, was the Adams.
Rio Tinto.
I
All
could
right,
put it.
I'm gonna go to the washroom.
All right, do it.
A BRB.
All right.
Gonna go for a dart. How many people have been on this? Two. How many have gone for darts?
All of them. We're losing, folks. We're losing. I'm going to see if anybody is in the chat. Intermission chat. How we doing? How's everybody doing? Alrighty, friends. Gagnon is taking a whiz. You take a little PP. As I did mention before, this episode is sponsored to you by Side Hustle Sandwiches. If you like a delicious sandwich. John, do you like a delicious sandwich?
I do, and I love them at Side Hustle Sandwiches.
Yeah, they actually are. They're amazing sandwiches. They use like super good ingredients. They have like a whole protein chef. Like that's his whole job is just to like.
I'm a big brisket guy.
The brisket is super good. I always get whatever the special is. And the smash burger is
Haven't had that yet.
it's the best.
Is it
Yeah.
better than the brisket?
I don't, how do you compare a brisket with a smash burger? Like those are
Well,
two
I mean,
very
they're
different
both
things.
buns, meat.
And one's a burger.
Mm.
Burgers get their own thing. Burgers, that's like pizza and calzone.
That's a good point, actually. Well,
You know
I'm
what I'm
gonna
saying?
crack another Michael Bublé,
I'm like
but this time I'm gonna do this trick that I used to know. So,
what, the tapping?
and rotating.
Tap and rotate. Can you explain this to me? I feel like you could do this.
Well, you gotta rotate.
But do you know, does it actually work?
We'll find out.
Is there a reason why?
I think it's because you're just like letting the gas settle.
By agitating it.
You tell when I don't know what I'm talking about. The gas settles. Okay, so it's done a full 360.
It has did a full 360. You've rotated also full 360.
Now they always spill on me so far.
You've done a 720 McTwist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Et voila.
Et voila.
If you don't want your beer to spin, that's not what I meant to say. If
If
you don't want your beer to foam.
Spin.
Exactly. I've had 3 beers, and I'm like,
Whoa.
what is even a sentence?
Whoa.
So 2-1 for the Canucks. Did you see this coming? Because I personally did not.
No, I didn't think. I kind of expected probably a tie-up late in the second.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect him to go up one.
So the over-under is 5.5. You
Right.
have the under. Technically, you're likely to win.
Okay.
Yeah, because the third is like, it's either going to tighten up or you'll see a 3-2 win.
Right.
It's not likely that it's going to like completely explode in the third. You're
Right.
more tired. You know what I mean? Like, usually goals happen in the first period. However, it's the NHL. You never know. The best league. LNH, the best league in the world. And, did you know that in sports betting, hockey is like one of the, after baseball, the hardest sport to bet on for unpredictability.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that, but that kind of makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah. Like baseball, especially knuckleball throwers, it's impossible to tell because the knuckleball goes where the wind blows.
Plus, it's all the cheating.
Plus the cheating.
Really hard to predict the games when it's all the cheating.
I forgot about the cheating.
Baseball is a great game.
What's your favorite sport?
Sport or game?
Sport.
Sport.
Anything that's on the TSN.
I love mixed martial arts.
Yeah, MMA?
yeah.
I
Big
don't know
in
why I
MMA.
just said like
Yeah.
abbreviated version of it. May I have your lighter?
Yes. I like that. Hockey is number 2. This year though, I got into NFL. It was the first year I've like watched NFL like through a whole season, and like followed a team, and it was
First year ever. Why'd you do it?
like
Was it fantasy sports?
full year. I've never really like picked a team to like follow and shit like that. Like I know what's happening within the NFL, but not like I didn't watch a ton of games. Like just did it. To be honest with you, what happened was COVID, and when stuff started kind of coming back, like sports and shit, I was like, I need to watch everything because it could just be taken away from us.
Right.
At any
I gotta
fucking
get
point.
it at any
And,
point.
and like I know tons of people that are into fucking NFL and stuff, and yeah, I mean literally after like game 2 of like fully following a team,
it's barbaric.
it's unfucking believable what these people go through.
Yeah. Those talks about there being more games in a season, I'm like, how about less? Like, get rid of all the
It is
preseason games.
insane. It's so violent. It's
Yeah.
so
It's a necessary violence, though, because I think as a society, we need something.
right. Okay.
And that's the line. And once the Players Association sued them for concussion protocol, and they changed the rules and protected the quarterbacks, so a guy like Tom Brady and Drew Brees, who are the
But-
real marquee players of the league, are protected.
but
right?
they're protected. But there's a lot of shit that happens out on that field that I'm like, dude, like look how many injuries there were this season.
You know the
It was
average
insane.
NFL career length, and I'm pulling this number out of my ass, but it's something like this:
5 years.
3 games. Yeah, it's something like that.
And there's a lot
like
of people
whether
that
it's
go.
7 or 8 or 2.
There's a lot of people that go and just have a cup of tea with the team, kind of thing, and
They play one game, it doesn't work out, they get injured, blah blah blah.
get injured, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
Well,
injury.
it's and
How many people do you know? Oh, I would have fucking. Oh,
Would've
tore my
made it.
ACL.
for wasn't for that AC?
Yeah.
Just like what happened?
And my
Well,
MCL.
my toe got stuck in the turf, and then a 400-pound man landed on my knee, and ever
And then
since then, I
another
can't walk.
400-pound
On my
man
neck.
from my team
So
jumped on
now-
that guy.
Fuck.
Yeah, those fucking linemen.
Did
are
you play football?
No.
No,
No.
no.
No. My friend Nicole lives down in Seattle, and her building was like where it was like out in Belmont somewhere or something like that, or Bellevue, where the fuck it is, and it was where like a lot of the Seattle players that were like, dude, not like super famous dudes, like kids and shit like that,
Yeah.
but were in the same kind of building,
Yeah.
and there was like training season and shit. So there was a lot of people there. But like, I went in an elevator with like 2 of these dudes.
Right.
And
it
it was like
just barely enough room for you.
I was like, these are the biggest human being I've ever fucking seen in my. And it's not like some star lineman. It was like these are just dudes
Guys
who are getting
trying to
called up,
team.
trying to make the fucking team. And it was like, holy fuck, the whole floor smelled like weed. And all they did was play Xbox.
Yeah. Gamers, eh? I didn't know that about football players. Massive gamers.
I think a lot of like sports people are.
Yeah.
I think 'cause it's like they're traveling and shit.
It's one of the
They could
biggest
bring it.
industries in the world. Right
It's
now,
crazy,
no?
man. Just doing this gaming show. Like I knew about the industry for sure, like how big it was, but not doing this gaming show now. I'm like, Jesus Christ, the amount of attention that goes into making one of these things
Yeah.
is insanity.
I mean,
It's like a movie on crack. Like
that's exactly what it is. Like a choose your own adventure movie, and
Yeah.
it's only gonna get better. And I think the most important part, from my point of view, I mean, I've played video games since they came out, since I was able to. They were like little Donkey Kong things or Atari or whatever, and then I've seen the whole progression, and I think what everyone has to remember is that the like Mario 64 story is just as good, if not better, or equal to the Grand Theft Auto story. But the Grand Theft
Right.
Auto story is so real, and you could do everything, so you can forget that you're a human being. But when you're playing Mario 64, at no point do you ever feel like. I guess the
No.
point I'm trying to say
I
is
hear what
that
you're saying.
it
You're a human
wasn't-
playing the game.
it wasn't. There's a point where it became escapism. There was a time when it was a hobby, and then it became so real.
So do you still play to this day?
I think I'm just hyper aware to the point where to me, it's like drinking or smoking weed or anything. Like I have maybe like 3 cigarettes a week, if I'm with the right people.
Right.
I have beers on Friday. Friday's my drinking day. I go to the gym Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Everything has its place. And,
Mise
eating
en
food
place.
whenever I need to eat food. But
Yeah.
video games isn't a whenever I need to play video games. Video games is a certain time of the day. Maybe 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. is my video
Right.
game window. Because if you allow it to become more than that, then it's like drinking or smoking or anything like that.
very habitual and very like
You could be
addictive.
gone. And then you're like, what happened to 4 years of my life? And you're like, I was a warlord
Yeah. And a cool
at the
beard.
Axe of Eternity.
Yeah.
I
It's
had a troop. I had 2 elves.
I'm fucking. So I'm was like you were like I was basically. I mean, the Nintendo came out like 87.
I think so.
I was born-
Or whatever.
I
Yeah.
was born 87. So I
Yeah.
have a brother who's 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
So you're basically born with a controller in your hand at that point because he's already into this shit and
Yeah.
has everything.
Absolutely.
So like, and then we would go halfers every year on the newest console.
So
and I got-
SNES was next, or did you go Sega?
Both
You
Sega.
got them both.
Yeah. and
Wasn't
because
enough.
We had a Sega. We had a. No, dude, we bought this shit. Like we
You
had
paid
paper.
for it
Yeah, we had
yourself?
paper routes and shit.
Okay,
Dude, my
yeah,
mom's
I get
gangster,
it. Yeah,
dude.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you doing with your paper route money? Video game.
And then we would combine. We had the Sega and Sega CD combo, but we were more Nintendo dudes for sure. Like NES is like big for us, and then the 64 was, forget it. GoldenEye, the amount of GoldenEye that was played in my house.
I'm telling
is
you,
insane.
Mario 64 might be the greatest
It's
game ever
unbelievable. It is.
made. The story is good.
It's
the
so
effects
good that
are
I have a
good.
new age skateboarding game, and someone made a level that is the Mario 64 level, and you
So
can just go
good.
skateboard it. It's
You know
fantastic.
what was great about it is that you could go into whatever painting you wanted for the most part. And it got to a point where it was like, well, do you want to go do that level? You can go do whatever level
so
you
the
want.
soundtrack is unbelievable. Whoever scored that whole
You
thing,
think?
is just, I do.
because you're a sound guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
To me, it's just like same old do 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 do.
That's inspired, dude. That shit's so good. You know how excited I got?
Imagine being the bass player on that, and you're like, dude, I think I got it. Re-pi-ri-pi-pi, ra-pa-pa-pa-pi-doo. And everyone's like, let's write it. We're gonna need twice the.
I mean, it was like one dude who made a lot
Sushi.
of those original games.
one guy
Can't
made
remember
all the
his name.
games.
No, made like a lot of them. The score for the original Nintendo games was like,
The sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So long story short, I think there's not enough awareness. Like there's no label on the video game yet. You know what I mean? Like there's no like Play this a recommended 1 to 2
It
hours.
does tell
a
you that
day.
you're gonna have seizures if you play it, or maybe
Yeah, but I've never had a seizure. Have you?
not yet.
No.
But I'm not. I've only like through 2 episodes.
You know what I'd
in.
like to see on when you're sold an Xbox, like a sticker that says, "Do not play this more than
like
1
a
to 2 hours
general,
a day."
like a what's
Yeah, and then just show
Governor
like
General?
a fat, disgusting mess
like
with
the
like
cancer photos on cigarette packs.
yeah, you know what I mean. He's got Uber Eats piled up in the background because he can't go to the fucking thing.
It's like up close of how blue someone's balls are
Yeah,
from never
yeah.
getting fucking laid.
And it's like, do you have sex? No, I only jerk off to anime.
Oh yeah,
Like a beard, like a laundry
a lot
pile.
of Cheeto dust.
Cheeto dust everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like
Caked.
maybe on the tips of the fingers, and then it says, "Try not to play this more than 1 to 2 hours per day."
Yeah. Don't be this
or
guy.
you'll be this guy.
Yeah.
Right? Because if they're gonna show the person with a hole in the throat, show me Cheeto dust.
That'd be so funny. Be like, your mom buys it for you, like, careful with that game.
Yeah. Very addictive.
yeah. I couldn't believe that. Like, that's so good. Yeah.
It's not.
Tommy, you're playing that game too much.
Knock it off up there. Oh man, it's true because we all have a vice. I think I'm okay with vices as long as they're manageable vices.
I definitely have several still to this day, but they're not as bad as my. There's I don't know.
Like,
There's
what's
maybe
the worst vice you'll ever tolerate? The worst, because you wouldn't tolerate like killing homeless people. That'd be awful. You'd
No,
be like,
it's a
no,
vice though.
that's awful vice.
That'd be. I
It's the
have
sickest
to.
vice
I just
I've ever
have to.
seen.
I just
I
have to
have
kill
to.
people. I just have to.
And my point is like, you have to schedule your vice. So even if that guy came to me, it was like, I only kill homeless people Sundays, 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. Dude, the rest I got it under control. I would respect him slightly more.
Fight me. Oh, if you
But
had
I'm
a little
not
more
accepting
organized.
it.
You do like
I'm
organization.
not accepting it. Yeah.
Not accepting. Yeah.
But
maybe
what's
not.
the
Maybe a
worst-
reduced sentence.
What is the worst vice you would accept?
Oh man,
Like,
that's
what
a
if you
tough
could do
one.
heroin, but only on Sundays from 2 to 3 a.m.? Are you okay with
If
that?
I
guy?
could?
No, some
Oh,
guy.
somebody?
They're like, oh,
Yeah.
Mark Bergevin, did you hear
If
that
they
he
could-
does heroin from 2 to 3 a.m. every Sunday?
I mean, look at him. He definitely does heroin more than that.
Let's say it was announced. It's like it helps him be focused. He lets out his
If his
demons.
shit was like under control,
he's in the suit, his hair. You see what I'm trying to say?
but
He's technically a heroin user, but if it's got a schedule, for some reason, I'm okay with it.
I don't put it in like this. Like I don't know. People can drink like that. People can drink and
Yeah, I'm
not
cool with it.
and be fine,
If
right?
you're like,
so,
I
if it
only
gets-
drink on Fridays.
I kind of
from
look at this
4
as
till
the same
midnight.
thing, to be honest. I know people that can do.
But you wouldn't
fucking
accept
coke.
it for killing homeless people. Is the point? So there
No.
is a line. I'm saying, what's that line?
Even though heroin kills a lot of homeless people.
That's a completely separate thing.
Okay. Okay.
That's like being like, I juggle knives. Knives can kill homeless people. It's like, technically you're right. Technically you're right.
That's funny. That's a
So what is heroin the line?
Hmm?
Is heroin the thing that you would most accept as long as it was between a schedule of 2 to 3 a.m. on a
I wouldn't
Sunday?
even have to be scheduled for me. I'd be like, as long as you have your shit together.
For me, it has to be scheduled.
If you're really adamant
you know
about the
why?
scheduling. Why?
Because it's like, you make your own rule and then follow your own rule. That's what I like about it.
I do enjoy. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
your rule, and if you stick to it,
Hey,
that's
that's
fucking
your rule.
cool
Yeah.
rule. If you're like, my rule is only 6 to 7, and then you see that guy on a Tuesday injecting heroin, you're like, dude, you lied to me. You had a
So-
rule.
How do you feel about that? There was a guy yesterday. This was yesterday. I was waiting for the bus, and I met basically Main Hastings. And I turned around, and he's sitting on the pavement. It's like been wet out. It was just raining. It's like dirty and shit. He's just sitting on the pavement. He's literally right behind me, and he's just injecting heroin into his leg.
Right.
And whatever. I see it like a lot, kind of thing, but he had gloves.
It's right there.
But he had gloves on.
And you respected the gloves, right?
I don't know though.
I know
like,
what you mean.
Is
I
that
respect
really
it.
necessary?
You know what I like?
Is the gloves necessary?
I like it. I saw this one homeless person one time.
You're sitting
walk
on a
up-
dirty street.
I
With your
love it.
legs right there.
You have no idea. I love it. It was like, at least he's like got that rule, and he's like, no, I need my gloves. If I'm gonna do heroin in the dirty street of Hastings, you gotta get your gloves.
He might have
on.
even checked his watch, to be honest.
Yeah,
Is it between the hours of 2 and
2
4?
and 3.
Jon Gagnon will be okay with this.
We'll be all right with
Let
that.
me just fucking with all these
You
gloves.
guys want to
here.
do some heroin? No. But Sunday I'm available. Is anyone up? 2 to 3? Probably will be. I'll call you guys in. I don't know why. I think to me is like, this might go back to like my storytelling, because I'm so, like I said, like always wrote stories since I was a kid.
Okay.
And the number one thing about stories is you write a rule and you stick to it.
Okay. That makes sense. Look at you putting your.
You know what I mean? And I think that's just like ingrained in my brain. Like if you had a movie and you make up a rule like mayonnaise will make you float, if at some point you don't show a kid putting on mayonnaise, it's gonna be a waste of a story. You're gonna be like, why'd you tell me that point?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? You get
Right.
like Groundhog's Day is like there's one rule, every day is the same.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it is a great film.
So then, if he dies from an airplane, if that wasn't the rule, you'd be like, he died from an airplane. How could he wake up in a hotel?
I feel
the
like
next day?
Shyamalan or whatever would try to switch that up. He would like set a rule and then switch it at the end.
He's all about that switch, that
he loves
rule
that.
switch.
He likes that rule switching.
Remember how I said he was unbreakable? This guy is breakable. Ugh.
Yeah. How many sentences did I say this kid had? I got one more.
Is this I lied. There's the 6th.
Turns out he also has this one.
And it's very specific. Ghosts.
And it's only who I can't remember the fucking god damn it weed. Die Hard.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis' Ghost. It's very specific.
So good. That's one of the greatest movies ever made. That guy made a whole
My
career.
favorite in Always Sunny is when Charlie's like, yeah, look, he's always got a twist at the end of the movie. Like at the end of The Sixth Sense, you find out that guy that goes, that's Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
The whole time. Charlie, I don't think that's a twist.
I don't know if you got that. I don't know if you
That's
got
a twist, dude.
I'm pretty sure it's a twist. There was one movie called Signs.
What a cheeky net break.
There's a movie called Signs, and aliens come.
Yes, I know
and they're
this movie.
hunting. And at the start of the movie, like the daughter's mom dies, and she says something along the lines of like, "Make sure you have water by the bed table." Right?
Okay. Creepy.
And then you're like, okay, yeah, right? Normal circumstance. It's the weirdest thing ever, but it's M. Night Shyamalan. And then aliens come, invade the planet, and then the daughter has a flashback to the mom dying about the water or something like that. And they throw water on the alien, and then the alien is like, ah!
Right. So there's a big tie-in.
So it's a huge twist, and then you remember it, right? And then you're like, oh, that's how we defeat them. And then the aliens leave, and people are like, John, like, I had my arms crossed. I'm like, John, you didn't enjoy the movie? I'm like, no, it was shit. And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, if there was a planet full of cyanide, right? Like, let's say
Here we go.
78% cyanide, and every creature is made of 78% cyanide, and in the air, on most days, is anywhere between 50 and 100% cyanide, I'm not going to go there and get defeated by cyanide. Like, I'm not
Nothing
just going
sounds
there
good about cyanide.
all of it sounds bad. My
You're
skin
never
is
like,
melting.
oh, great, this has cyanide in it.
I was so mad about that movie, but
Cyanides is what cartoon characters use to kill each other.
yes, you're not gonna go to a cyanide. We're going to Cyanitis. What is
Oh.
it? A planet full of poison.
Cyanitis.
It's in the air. It's in the beings. Everything you
That's what
touch is
happens.
covered.
You get
In the
cyanitis.
morning, the leaves are covered in cyanide because of the morning temperature change.
It's a glorious place. You
Sounds
must go.
awful.
You must go.
No, we not have to. A
You
whole
should really
mission.
see it in the spring. No, you should. It's something else.
It slows down on cyanide pouring from the sky in early spring, and it stays that way for a few months. Love it. Why would any alien come to Earth if they are killed by water? The whole movie is so stupid. It feels like it was written by a 3-year-old, and I would save him on page 3 like, oh, no, you can't write this.
Oh, you're not going to have water be the thing for this,
No,
right?
you can't have it water. But M. Night Shyamalan's like, it was water all along. And you're like, no. No. Bruce Willis is a ghost.
Yeah, and like why? How insulting is that to Bruce Willis after how many fucking Die Hard movies? He doesn't die. He's not a ghost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like, come on.
I think the first Bruce Willis is Die Hard is one of the greatest movies ever made. I think they wrote 3 was really good too, actually, and 2 was just one again.
2 was just one again.
But if you watch it, have you seen that movie recently?
No.
It's just a dude.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Willis played like just a dude.
Well, he's pretty good at that.
Like Die Hard 4 or 5 or something like that. Bruce Willis goes up to the top of Chernobyl, no emergency suit on, and like shoots a guy while jumping out, catches a helicopter, and flies away to safety. Die Hard 1, the guy's like, I think my wife's fucking having an affair. There's a bunch of bad guys in this building. I don't know what to do. I don't have shoes.
I don't have shoes. I gotta walk over this glass.
The second most important thing in my life right now is someone's trying to kill me. The number one thing I'm worried about right now is I think my wife's having an affair on me.
Yeah.
It was just a movie.
It's just a movie with a guy in
It
it.
happened to have all this action. When Bruce Willis is like doing a flip out of a breaking window, catching out, like the Bruce Willis from the first Die Hard couldn't do that.
No. It's funny watching actors develop like that confidence and shit, though,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like Bruce Campbell
Yeah.
in like the Evil Dead movies. By the
Right.
time like the third one comes around, he's just like the first one's like, oh, he's clearly just like some schmuck they got.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy, and then like by the third one, he's like, come on, baby, like he's just
He's owning it.
It's so great. Yeah.
He's
That's
walking
just,
around.
That was
like-
just pillow talk, baby. That's the best. Okay, I don't see. Oh, you should have stepped up there.
You think?
Flick that back. Yeah, I do.
That's our new guy. I don't mind him. He looks hardworking. Didn't
He
mind
looks
that
like he's
shit.
working hard.
It's honestly the most important part.
Look out, Jake Allen. Yeah, man. Some sloppy puck. That's why we've been talking about fucking cyanide and aliens. Not much happening right now at Vexedge.
Who do you honestly think's gonna win right now?
I don't know if I just see this game going up just at this pace. It's very slow and it's very sloppy. They're right. Then apparently I just heard that we're the two teams have been in the box the most.
In the league?
Yeah,
No, really?
I know. This is what I just heard.
Well, it makes sense because Vancouver's had the most games played. But still, I'm very surprised to hear that.
Oh, jeez.
We played a team one time in NHL Online, and they had Nick Suzuki was their team captain and leader, and then
A
everyone
little
else.
young.
Well, it was a video game,
I don't care.
so you make the name yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the other 4 players on the team were like homages or like alliterations. I don't know what the word is. Like they're the thesaurus almost, but it was like Nick Yamaha.
Okay. Dayton.
I think it had to be like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right?
Yeah. Suzuki, Yamaha, Dayton,
Yeah.
Harley,
Yeah.
Nick Davidson.
Yeah. And usually
Nick
like
Norton.
I don't know, there was something about that team where I was like respect. Like
That's hilarious. See, that's the only I don't have console. I have PC, and there's not EA games for that. It's only for console, which does kind of suck because I do want to play NHL games. big time.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You've
they're
never-
fun.
They're great. I'll tell you the biggest secret in NHL or NFL or whatever, the biggest secret is you
If
buy...
it's just a cut across the crease, I'm not gonna go for it. No.
No, you buy last year's game. You'll
Okay.
save like...
Yeah, I
1,000.
can't get it though. It sucks. It's only on. They only do it on EA's got like an exclusive with console, so they don't.
You don't have a console. Well, right now they're selling the next version of a console. You can probably get old ones for super cheap. Like right now is the time to buy the old console.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't know if
get-
I don't want to fucking.
Get last
Then
year's
I'm playing a little more. Still too much.
That's too good still.
That's too much video games.
Yeah.
Like I just got this fucking not just, but I'm
Tell-
using it to its full potential.
Yeah, going back to what I said earlier, just make it time.
Yeah, and that's what the show kind of allows me to do. Is that
Right.
there is a 2-hour period. I just record like kind of 2 hours, and then I can edit it down to like a 10-minute fucking thing because I'm so bad. Although, keep tuned for next Monday's episode where I customize my character's dick.
Just specifically, you went straight for dick.
Well, a big part of the Cyberpunk game is the customization of the dick. Everyone was telling me, like, oh, you got to customize the dick. So I was excited.
That's the thing.
Even as a straight man, it was very exciting.
What game is it again?
Cyberpunk 2077.
And you have a dick modification option.
Well, yes, when you create your character at the beginning.
This has got to be this is groundbreaking.
So here's what happens.
This is
It
groundbreaking.
sounds like it, right? So I think that's the deal. So
No
when
game has ever allowed you to customize a dick.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you could scroll down with the other joystick, and there was a lot more options. So I skipped over a whole bunch, but I figured out what they are, and I went back and but the next episode that will be out will be that, and it's me customizing the dick for the first 3 minutes. It's pretty good.
So you tape it, you're editing it out, and then you're gonna post it.
Yeah, tape it and then edit it down to like a 10-minute episode. I'm trying to keep them as like 10-minute episodes.
Yeah, I like the idea. I think that's good. I had to think about it for a sec, but that's fun. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Because I am like it could be a longer format if I could play,
yeah.
but it takes me forever to do shit. So it's like I'm just bad because I haven't played fucking games like this. I haven't used 2 joysticks and I don't know how long. Like what the fuck? It's weird.
Yeah, what would have been the first? That would have been the Xbox system, right?
Probably, and I probably didn't even like. I kind of stopped playing around then. Like I didn't
Yeah.
like NHL games with the joystick.
So you
I'm
didn't
not
know the
good.
double joystick?
I've played a bit with it, but not like I'm not good at it. I'd have to. But I do have a game called Skater XL that I'm pretty good at now.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it's like a skate simulator game, and it's very joystick heavy.
Right. And you're a skateboarder, right?
Used to be when I was a kid. Yeah, that's the thing about this game. If you grew up skateboarding, it is the greatest skateboard game.
It's kind of intuitive
ever.
to how...
Yeah, but if you grew up skateboarding, it's the best thing ever. And like the
Right.
amount of like even the music that's in it's such a throwback to like that specific area of skateboarding. But if you didn't grow up skateboarding, it's probably a really shitty game to play.
Because it's too much?
It's just like it's
Hmm.
kind of like I don't know. Yeah, if you don't understand like the physics of skateboarding, I guess it's like.
Yeah, which
Probably-
I don't know. I didn't
which
grow
would
up
be annoying.
skateboarding, so that's what I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out from what you're saying.
But you can figure it out for sure. But it's.
But it wouldn't be as rewarding.
For sure, yeah. Basically, you're doing I'm doing tricks that I would always wanted to do at famous spots that I grew up in watching skateboard videos in. You
Hmm.
know, like there are spots all over the world that I'm like, oh, I know that part in Spain, I know that part in LA, I know that ledge. Or like my geographical like thing is so stupid. It's like yeah, I just remember like where skate spots are. Until this day, and you still like look at the world. I'm like, oh, that's a sick handrail. I don't fucking skateboard. I've been skateboarding since I was like,
So you,
20.
you'll look at a handrail today
and be like, whoa, that'd be sick if someone
to
fucking.
rail it.
I wouldn't ever do
How
it.
do you picture it? Like mid-board one, nose rail, back
What do you
rail?
mean? What the fuck is that? It's not a language. Nose rail.
Well, these are just, like I said, I don't skateboard. Yeah.
I
So
mean,
like,
like a
you take the
fucking-
nose of the skateboard, whatever that move would be, ollie.
Like a. No, that's not ollie. Ollie's like how you jump up.
Right, okay, so you would ollie to
You
a-
know that, motherfucker. Get out of
I
here.
forgot.
You've played Tony Hawk before.
Nose
You know what
grind.
a kickflip is.
What is
motherfucker.
that called?
Nose grind is when you're on your nose.
Okay, what about in the mid, then what's the mid
In
grind
the middle of the board.
called? Yeah.
Board slide.
Okay, so that's what I meant to say. Nose grind, board slide, or what would it be on your
A
tail?
nose grind back lip would be pretty sick.
What would be a tail part of the board?
You could do like I don't know, blunt slide,
Blunt
tail
slide.
slide.
So blunt, the glide, and the nose.
The blunt, the glide.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
So, okay, so which one of those? Here's the point I was trying.
Stepdad.
Listen, son, I think you were nose gliding on my braille again. I had to get the Virtanen out. You son of a bitch! You know how much Virtanen costs? $8.99, and it's a concentrate. You have to use a lot of it. Stop fucking grinding on my rail.
Go back down to Rona.
They've seen me 3 times this week.
Yeah.
And the first Virtanen was the wrong color match, so that was a waste of a trip. Stop fucking nose gliding.
Stop nose gliding.
On
You damn
and you're like,
kid.
Dad, it's the dopest rail ever, and we
That's
just
so
got a
sick.
camcorder, and like it's gonna be on the cover of Venice Beach mag.
Venice Beach bag. It's before Vice was Vice.
Yeah, this is 1987
Yeah.
when Nintendo was invented.
Great year for shredding. Speaking of shredding, Tony Hawk just did.
I can't wait. I gotta go back to the original
What?
question. What
What?
do you picture when you picture the rail?
Depending on what the rail is.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be any of it. Could be
Well,
a
no,
tail
is it
grind,
front side,
mid
back
grind.
side? Are they going up to a regular or goofy? Is it
So there's a
switch?
different
Are they
jump.
going? There's a different everything. Yeah.
Based on the
Are they
rail.
gonna go nollie? Are they gonna go fakie? Are they gonna
Amazing.
fucking
That's
flip into
amazing.
it, flip out?
That's great. I think that's fantastic.
And but it's ridiculous how like that's what I remember. Not like anything from school or anything like that. Like that's what's really embedded in my
Like-
brain. And
Like
it's just- but it's-
3x equals 2y. You're like, I don't know what the fuck.
Dude,
that
are you
means.
mixing numbers and letters?
Why would you
Get
put
the-
letters in there?
get-
Is it a numbers or is it a letters
Get
thing?
the fuck out of here. Yeah, because numbers scare
Or a
me.
rap name. That's the exception. It's where they blend the numbers and
Yeah, I can only handle 2 bucks at a time.
right. $2.
Ugh.
That's it. Like if you
That
want to
was
mix in a Tupac,
Wacky.
here goes Tyler
LZ?
Toffoli. No,
Oh.
saved. Why does he get so many chances though? I don't like it.
Because he's very good at playing the puck,
He's better against us than any other team for
It's true.
whatever reason.
Because he likes to stick it in your face.
Yeah, he's like, remember when you traded for me and then let me
Oh.
go? Remember when you took me on those 3 dates? We left him on red. Like, he texted Benning and he's like, yo, we going to talk contracts? And then it said red. And then there was no text back for like
there's no text
weeks.
back. Yeah.
And then he's like, yo, you up?
Oh, sorry. Yo, you up? Sorry, my phone's up.
You up? Toffoli's
That's
like,
close.
fuck you. He's like in bed with Montreal at that point,
Yeah.
metaphorically. I think the sound is out.
It is. It did go out. What happened?
I felt more comfortable when the sound was on. I was like,
I
it was
know,
a
I-
blanket.
It was a little blanket, and it
I guess
was
we'll
not
just-
bleeding in at all.
Now I just have to know that Shea Weber had
Is-
passed it off to Paul Byron. You know,
I know.
I just have to know that there was a stick check there by the Canucks. And a shot in by Montreal, and it's covered up by Demko. It's going to take the whistle and digging in after the whistle. This is going to cause some. Tyler Toffoli, we're going to go back to his breakaway here. Toffoli with a step against the Canucks. And he's going to have a shot up and
he
over the
Hit
net.
over. He tried to go bar down.
Yeah, he went bar up.
He went bar up. He went up bar.
Yeah, he went up bar. Way up bar.
Like my friend Up Bar always says. Okay.
Yeah, we like to come back to our sponsor, Up Bar.
Up Bar what? What is Up Bar?
I'm not going to finish the joke.
Up
Up Bar has a store, and it can be whatever you want.
it to
This is a
be.
complete your own racist joke. That's how comedy works now.
Yeah.
I had a guy
Yeah.
named Up Bar. Fucking finish the joke yourself, you fucking offensive pricks.
However you feel appropriate. You guys
However
should go.
you feel that joke ends.
Yeah.
Up Bar
it
did
feels safe
something.
for you. Do you see they tried to cancel
Triggered
Burr?
losers.
They tried to cancel Burr for the Grammys.
This is like
It
the
was
5th time they try to cancel Burr, though.
Yeah. When are you gonna learn that it's never gonna work?
Hey, these guys, they try to fucking cancel me. We have to cancel him. Like, he's saying it in his act.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, they're going to cancel me for this.
Yeah.
Burr.
It's so good.
It's like how he protects himself from getting
Actually gets-
canceled
yeah.
by just continuously bringing up, well, if I tell this next joke, they're going to try to cancel me. Anyways, women don't work as hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's only 2 fucking genders, all right? Burr. What?
Yeah. I said it. I'm
He's
just
a
saying.
scientist.
I'm just saying.
It's science.
I'm just saying.
It's X and it's Y. And these guys are like, Burr. That's Burr. Burr will be like, but I can't say that because I'll get canceled. I'll get canceled.
He always just makes up for it. That he's good to go.
And then you're like,
He always just
how do
calls
we
out.
cancel the guy that says he's going to get canceled?
Yeah.
How's he prefaces his joke.
Because you
He's
know he's
gotta
like
get
this,
canceled.
say what I tell you.
See what I tell you when to cancel me? Because I said what everyone's fucking thinking, except for 1%. He always brings it back to the facts. He loves facts, like grounding it in facts. Yeah. Oh, Burr. Just a king. Just a
Jesus.
king.
Oh,
No,
my God. He's the
just
best.
a
Man.
king.
It's so good.
One of the many kings of comedy. You know, and not to say that he should or shouldn't be canceled. I don't know. I don't know Bill Burr enough. I know that his jokes make me laugh. That's about. But I've known a lot of comedians to fuck up, so I'm never gonna vouch for one. I'm gonna say, well, you know what? I'm not convinced to cancel him, but who knows? I mean, I used to think Bill Cosby was one of the greatest comedians to ever live.
Yeah.
It's not really something I
Up
can
until a year ago, too, which
can't
is weird.
say that anymore. But what a
I know it was
storyteller.
longer than that, but for you were like, you finally gave in.
Yeah, that's when I did. I don't know if you remember the Halloween night. Remember when we did that?
The Halloween, Hood.
Hood 29. Yeah, that was
Yes.
so much fun, right?
It
'Cause
was fun.
We got to play characters.
We did get to play characters.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
I mean, what was your
Didn't you-
favorite part
you-
of it?
Didn't you went as a dude from the future or what? No, what was that?
I went as a guy who got cryogenically frozen
Yeah.
just when the idea of cryogenically frozen was a thing. So it was
Right.
like mid 1800s. And he did it, and then I had to figure out. For me, I have to figure out. Well, there's got to be a reason. Why would a guy get cryogenically frozen? So his wife had an affair with his best friend and neighbor. So he's so hurt at like the age of 85 that his wife's having an affair on the neighbor that he was willing to get cryogenically frozen. So it was him being unfrozen and commenting on today's culture.
Right. That's what it was. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
So half the stuff was making fun of today's culture from the eyes of someone from that far back, and half the stuff was like, you fucking bitch, you lied to me, because it's still fresh in his mind.
Right. That's hilarious. Oh, no. Coke and Yemi's going to take 2 minutes.
What was your character again?
I was Tony Clifton.
Who's Tony Clifton again?
He's Andy Kaufman's alter ego. Who was like, wow. He was like a jazz singer.
Yes.
A jazz singer. And he's just the rudest piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
That's so specifically beautiful.
I did
Yes,
that
and
in
I
grade
remember the
7.
guy.
In grade 7, I used to dress up like it was right when Man in the Moon came out, I think, and like everyone was like, "It's what a weird thing to do." And I was like, "This is the most fun because you just get to be so mean, like all night long." This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
I think I have a buddy. His name is Brett. He's in comedy, and I love Brett. Brett will like unintentionally hurt you really badly, like once a year, but it's unintentional.
Okay.
Like he just has something about his
Does this go
personality,
too far or like?
and it's so Andy Kaufman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you'll be like, "Hey man, I heard you're doing a new TV show. Can I be on it?" And he's like, "No, you wouldn't fit any of the parts." And then he walks away, and you're like, "But that's just who he is." He thinks he's just telling you the facts like how they are, and you go home and you're looking in the mirror and you're like, "Dude, why don't I fit? Why aren't I good enough for my friend's movie?" And the guy's just legit being like, "No, you're just like, it's about 4 blind guys. I'm casting only blind people." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But he has a way to say it where it feels like it's insulting.
And then
where
by
he's
that
like,
time,
you don't
your
fit the
ego's
role.
so hurt, but like you're still like, I
The
can
next
fucking
time-
play a blind guy.
Next time he
I can
sees
play
me,
a blind guy.
I've got like glasses on, blonde, slicked back hair. I've got a stick.
stick.
And he's like, "Dude, you're not in the movie. We're getting 4
I know.
authentic."
I know.
No, it's fine.
I know.
It's fine. I'm just gonna leave now. Which
What?
way to the door?
Yeah. Do you mind helping me to the door? Suddenly, no.
Dude,
Do you
you're
mind helping
not
me?
in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I have a friend like that.
Do you want to see me play piano?
He's so Andy Kaufman, and then you read these Andy Kaufman stories.
Get
and
it?
I always think back to my
Oh.
buddy Brett.
I was close.
Oh, in the face. Oh, Virtanen.
You're gonna be a
Fucking-
penalty. Oh, he's
That's
going
gonna be
up on.
2.
It's gonna be 2 for Virtanen. Go.
You
save
can't
that
just
day
punch
again.
a guy in the face.
It was barehanded.
No.
No.
It's just a little jab. But you can't do it. That's roughing for sure.
2 minute.
Like, look at the act of roughing. That's what he did.
Roughed it.
He literally roughed him.
Roughed him good, bud.
I think that, like, as the world gets more progressive, to me, so he got punched twice.
But they came in. He just did a bad time.
They
Bad
can do it or
timing.
they don't. They do it or they don't.
Yeah, that was just bad timing.
It's like
in
if they're
general.
losing 2-1, he doesn't get that penalty. If they're winning 2-1,
Yeah.
it's like, let's go and get in the Bucks.
That's interesting.
What's going on, la boy? 2 minutes pour ça, là.
Dans
2
la
minutes
boîte.
pour ça.
Get it. Oh.
Block. Look at Edler. See? Hide the pain. See what he's doing? Hide the pain.
Hide that pain.
Hide the
Oh,
pain.
here we go. Here we go. Oh, my God. I thought it was perfect.
Here's the new guy. Edler hiding the pain.
Hiding that pain.
Meyers, sticks gone,
You
gloves
need
gone.
to- Oh, Jesus. Let's go. Let's go.
Canadians 4 minutes left here. They really
4
have to
minutes
focus.
left to tie it up when they can lose in overtime.
So
I mean, you should've
14
waited on that.
Suzuki. Suzuki's getting it across to Drouin. Drouin back to Weber.
Weber.
Suzuki. Oh, shot blocked by the
it's not what
Canucks.
you
And the
want.
Canucks are going up
They
ice.
just-
It looks
they
like
just-
Horvat's going to dump and change. Weber's going to
Little-
grab it.
Up and change.
Shea Webbs.
He's old.
Weber circles around, drops it back. I assume Drouin over to Kotkaniemi to Gallagher.
Oh, look at you. Cock. Yummy. The planet Arium.
Arium is the planet's name. Pluto is no longer a planet.
According to who?
Kotkaniemi.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Canadians control it. to
Shoot that
Petry. A shot on net. It's blocked. It's in his pants. It's
I think he got the glove there, did he not?
looked like it got blocked. Tatar. Oh, close up on Perry.
Yeah.
Drink.
Yeah, I mean, even out of all the, there's not a whole lot of good-looking guys on the Habs, but out of all of them, not the guy to be doing the.
Oh, it's blocked. Jamie Benn with the glove. Nice little block there.
Little-
One knee down. That's a clinic that Ben is putting on. You know what? When your goalie gets hot, this is what you're going to get out of your goalie.
Oh,
as
this
a,
is
as
what
a defenseman.
you know when
You-
teams all play, when everybody's clicking. I
You're
need that
going to know when
clapper
to
from the
block.
blue
You're going to
line.
know when to let it through. I think there's something about a hot goalie that makes your defense know when to have confidence in you. You know what I mean? Like if I'm on a 2-on-1 and my goalie's hot, I'm like, nah. If I can take the shot, corner him off, take the pass, make sure he gets the shot, you know the goalie's gonna make the save. If your goalie sucks, you're gonna make.
You're like,
some,
I gotta
like,
stand in front of this fucking
move,
thing.
Cross. You're gonna try to cut it off,
I gotta try to blind him so he can't see shit.
and then he can't. I'm gonna try to do it so he can't pass but can't shoot, and that's when it all gets messed up. There's something about a hot goalie. That's you know what I mean?
Goalie.
Like
Favorite goaltender of all time?
Patrick Roy.
Oh,
So
so
sassy.
sassy. So sassy.
There's 2 Stanley Cup ring in my ear.
Yeah.
He is the original Carey Price.
You
like,
did
he
not
created style.
hesitate. You did not hesitate.
No. He
With
made
his
that
style,
style.
He was
the
more
butterfly
like
guy.
butterfly style.
No, but
though.
Carey Price is his own style that's like low movement in your net,
Right.
cover angles. That's how goalies play now. But until Carey Price, everyone played like Patrick Roy.
Truth.
Except for Martin Brodeur, who
Also
chose to not follow the Patrick Roy thing and had a full
Look at
career
him.
being the last of the standing goalie,
Yeah.
which was sick.
And he was so good.
He made it to the Stanley Cup Finals in his like second last year when he was like 40. Do you know why?
Because of the standing?
No, because goalies that are cup contenders are always either rookies or
That's
grizzled
right. Look
old
at Johnny
fucks, right?
tying it back over there.
He did it when he was young, and then there was a bunch of years, and then he did it again when he was old. It's like Tom Brady's kind of like
There's been
that too,
so
right?
many good goalies.
Tom
man.
Brady won it as a rookie, and now he's
And
just
he's
winning a
old,
shit ton as an old guy.
Yeah. A shit ton.
Yeah. He would have.
And
Let's
there's
say if
just
he retired
no-
at 37, like all these goalies have to, maybe 2, maybe 3.
He's won
championships.
7 out of 10 Super Bowls he's been to.
Like yeah, and 4 of them have been in like the last 6 years. Like it's insane.
And the last one was with an entirely different team. I mean,
He's one-
kind of. Gronk was there, but
He's just a grizzled old guy. That and the rookie. That and the young guy. The middle guy rarely does well.
That's why the Bears did so bad. They got a bunch of fucking middle guys.
Another guy's hurt. He's hiding it.
He's hiding it.
But he's got to stick.
No fights.
Yeah. It was dramatic. You could tell. You know what happened?
Get it?
It was Tyler Meyers faking it again, and the rest didn't blow the whistle down.
Yeah, they're like, he did it once already. We're not going to.
And now he's playing.
He doesn't get to fake. Yeah. Go.
Oh, broken stick
Broken
by the Canadien.
You have to go back to the bench immediately now to get it, right? That's the whole
Shot
mission
and a
thing.
comfy save by Demko. That's a confident
good.
goalie right there. That's
that
a
is a
goalie
confident
that's
goalie.
like.
But
Get the
j'aime ça la
shot.
mise en jeu dans ton coin, là, okay?
So you guys are gonna send out Dano, obviously.
For sure, we're
and
going to
we'll
put the
send out
Philip Dano
Horvat.
to win the mise en jeu.
This mise en jeu is like worth,
A lot of pennies.
yeah, at least 100 pennies.
Hey, Jeff Petry, look at that.
This is brought to you by Bell 5G. 5G, 5,000 pennies is what this face-off is worth.
Yes.
So far, the only ads we've made are for Bubbly, Stanley Park Beer, and Stanley Park.
I feel like Stanley Park got the biggest
I'm expecting
one
a
of that.
check tomorrow,
Yeah.
Stanley Park. You're welcome for your
Yeah,
new
so I don't
marketing
know
campaign.
I don't know who's the squirrels in your accounting department are, but
10 years
Get
ago,
'em
you
together.
could never have a commercial like that. Today, if you have that commercial, Stanley Park's going up 30%.
so much more activity.
So cool. All right, Jake Allen is on the bench. Oh, Meyers is bleeding. He didn't hide the pain, though.
I mean, it looks like a zit got popped. Let's not fucking be crazy. He's bleeding. Whatever. It's a
It
white
was
head.
a big zit.
It's a blackhead, yeah.
I think we both agree it was a big whitehead. Okay, Suzuki's taking the draw. Did you expect that?
Oh, Dano's not there.
Bo Horvat.
That's what we needed,
Suzuki
boys.
with the
Set it
mise
up.
en jeu.
Set it up. Let's go.
Mise en jeu is also a job at a restaurant. Big
Oh.
block. Big block by Mott. I like that. Mott's out
Mote,
there.
get out of the way.
No, that's the point of a Mott.
Ah! Oh, my God.
No, that's off the stick. It's off the stick. Because if that's
No.
straight out, it's a penalty against the Canucks.
Really?
They're going to call it a penalty. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, he's calling it. Oh, you see that, right? Oh, yeah, bud, I'm calling it.
Get
Here
in
we
there, he
go.
says. Get in there.
Here we
2
go.
minutes. Delay a game.
2 minute delay of game.
We're going to see it. Somehow I believe the ref. Yep, I believe him. And the ref made the right call.
Oh, we've got 2 of those this year. We had them like back to back. Yeah, it was bad. It was like one night after another. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? 2 different guys too.
That's bad luck. I mean, the puck's rolling.
What's the point of the coaches doing the diaper, the chin diaper? I love it. Every time they like want to yell, they always like, bring the mask down.
It's optics.
All right, I do know why. And also, you couldn't get them some fucking Habs.
Imagine.
No one has like gear. That's how like.
Oh,
let's
le
go!
Canadien. Nick? Is that
Nick
Nicholas?
Suzuki, finalement, it's his second goal in
Mott really believes it tipped.
14 game.
Mott like really believes it tipped. But we saw the super slow-mo. I don't think it did.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be probably some overtime. Look at this, tying up the game again.
And this is exciting for everyone at
This
home.
is great. I love it.
Thatcher. Look at
Look
Mott.
at this,
Oh.
look at Mott's face. Oh, he pushed the camera down. Mote does not like to be a girl on film.
No, not a camera guy.
Not a camera guy. That was like a Ron Hextall move right there. That's what that was. Also a great goaltender.
I don't know about great goaltender.
I know.
Excellent hockey fighter, though. Great enforcer.
Yeah, as a goaltender.
You know, it was weird that your enforcer was a goalie, but you know what? He's always on the ice.
He's dope.
Like any scrum
Remember
in
they
the
put the
corner,
cameras
you
in
know
the
it's
net?
6 on
When they
5.
first put the cameras in the net and he got scored on, he just took his stick and just fucking smacks it so hard. It's great. Love Ronnie.
Ron Hextall is like, they're like, Ron, you as a goalie, you just can't fight. And he's like, why not? I said, well, you just can't.
And if
Why
you
not?
do, you can't just leave your blocker on. he would just like leave his blocker on and just chainsaw
Oh,
guys
yeah.
with like the hardest fucking
That's a weapon.
shit. Yeah, dude.
That is a weapon fit perfectly molded to his hand.
Yeah.
And an attack beam.
It's nuts. Yeah, it has corners.
Yeah, that's no
Fucking-
bueno.
You fuck someone up with a blocker, dude.
All right, well, this game is going to be under. So congratulations, Ty, on the under. 2-2. The 5.5 was the over-under. It's going to be 5. We just don't know which team's going to do it. We're after 3 periods here live on Taiwan On.
Look at this. You're hired. I had to do it while you took a pee, so I appreciate it now.
Yeah. We're in the 3rd intermission. Now let's break it down
Let's
to
see.
1-4-1. This is 1-for-1, a segment brought to you by John and Ty's. Commercial break in progress. 1-1. Ty, you have to pick your one player from each team that you think is going to win the overtime winner.
I think Philip Dano
See.
is going to get it. Yeah. And somebody else?
Yeah, 1-1.
One and oh, it's like N1.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's like basketball, but hockey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Philip Dano.
Philip Dano. I
Number
would love
what?
to see.
What is it, 11?
I think so. I'm bad with that shit too.
Yeah,
dude. I
it's
can't
something
see.
like that. I think it's 11.
Yeah.
Maybe. We don't have the numbers here.
Suzuki got one already. I think
No,
maybe.
he's on the wrong team. You already got Dano.
What do you mean?
You got to go over.
Oh, to your team.
That's right.
Oh, I don't fucking nobody. No one's gonna score.
It's not how the segment works. It's not called one and nobody.
Demko.
Well, you don't want that.
No,
I mean, it's possible. And if
I
you
guess-
pull it off, like if you go Demko,
What? Can you imagine you place that? You
there's
place
no.
that
I
actual
mean,
bet?
I guess you could.
No, I can't.
That doesn't break the rules of 1-1. The rules are 1-1.
I'll go Mote.
Yeah,
I'll
because
go
that's the one you
Mote.
know and like. And he got
Yeah.
the penalty, and he's got to redeem himself.
Exactly.
Okay, Mote.
I don't like. I
Yeah,
know.
I'll take Nick Suzuki.
Okay.
Yeah, because you were going to take him.
Here we go. 3-on-3.
And then I'll take Miller on the Canucks.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. No, not Meyer.
No.
Okay, good.
No,
I
Mi-
thought you were after all this
I-
shit talk, you're gonna be like, this is gonna be your fucking hero. Watch him do it.
Myers could do it. Okay, I'll take Myers. I'll take Myers.
Man,
I've been shit talking him all
3-on-3
day.
is so sketchy. For
3-on-3
the
is
Habs.
brought to you by Electro Lager.
Have you been to Stanley Park?
I forgot to tap it.
Do you like getting banged by 3 people? Do you like 3-on-3 hockey? And getting banged by 3-on-3?
I love
Come on,
actual
Dennis.
3-on-3 hockey, and I get frustrated easily because it's all about puck possession. Like that move there by Hughes was so dumb.
But that was sketchy for us for a second there.
3-on-3
Look at
is
how open it
all
is.
about puck possession. If you have the puck for the entire 5 minutes, literally you can't lose. Having said that, just wait. An opportunity will arise. Just because you have the puck near in the area near the net doesn't mean you just do a spinorama throwaway. That's really dumb. Just stop. Take the puck
But he
into the
spun.
corner. I know he did.
We spun,
Take
bro.
the puck into the corner.
We got
Look
spinning.
around, try and find the right time to take a strike. I get that you're close, but close doesn't mean it's the right time to take a strike. See what the Canadians are doing here? Keep
Mhm.
the puck on your stick. If it's on your stick, look,
And
you can do that. That's
all the way back.
fully part of the rules. Still follows the rules.
Excuse me.
And then the Canucks get a sweet turnover being patient. So now it's up to them to now slowly get closer until you get an opportunity and then you strike. See,
Go, go,
Hughes,
go, go, go,
Hughes
go, go, go,
again.
go, 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 go.
Like he-
Patine. Here we go. Demko.
Right. What a save by
Ooh.
Thatcher Demko. Holy
God damn, he
gee.
stacked them.
Jeez
He
Louise.
Dominic. Oh.
It was Miller.
That's
I
it.
should have stuck to my pick.
That's it. God damn it. Every fucking time.
Guys,
Every
welcome to
time.
Wrong
Every
Town
time.
Hockey. TJ Miller, who I originally picked, but then got switched to out of peer pressure, but I still knew it was going to be him, scores the game
We
winning
can't play
goal.
3-on-3. We cannot play 3-on-3 hockey.
Well, that was your chance. It's just Demko made a save.
He stacked it. Oh, that was a dangle, though.
That's
I
sick,
will
right?
give him that.
That's sick. Well, is that the end
Wow,
of the show?
that is it, folks. Jon Gagnon, thank you so very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sorry, I just had to swallow it for a second.
Of
what
course.
just actually
My
happened.
apologies.
Uh,
It's always easier to swallow it when you're the one that's giving it. Yeah.
Head down to Stanley Park.
Stanley Park!
Okay, ladies
From
and
2 to 3 on Sundays
Sunday.
in the AM.
must be
I'll be there.
structured. He'll be there because it's structured. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and check out all the other shows on the Taiwan On channel. Until next time, mes amis.
Adieu.